It come out good.
We just been working, putting it together, man.
But here's the key. This what motherfuckers doing anyway.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
See, this what people feel. This shit here, all these iPhones and shit. Let me tell you, true story, motherfucker.
Speak on it.
I am an Android motherfucker.
Love it.
My man.
Okay.
Okay. However,
here we go.
I start doing business with motherfuckers that God done blessed me to do business with.
Yes, sir.
And I was missing.
Yes, sir.
And they were missing my communication.
Yes, sir.
Because I didn't know that on iPhones, the motherfucker can silence your ass.
Amen.
So they weren't getting messages.
Yes, sir.
So I'm texting motherfucker, ain't nobody hit me back. I'm getting pissed off. Like, what the fuck, motherfucker? So the motherfucker finally told me, JJ, I know you a technology motherfucker. He said, I know you don't like iPhone. Man, look, dog, I need you to get an iPhone because you missing out on money.
You missing out on money?
Thanksgiving weekend. I'll never forget it. I had to take my ass over here. I waited. I said, hey, man, go ahead and take care of me. He was like, you for real? I said, yeah, take care of me.
No, man.
We gonna convert them over.
Look. I had to get the motherfuckers. And I'm kind of mad I ain't go.
I'm going to always have an Android.
You got an iPhone, bro?
Hey, I got pissed off. I ain't get it sooner, man.
I got one beef with my mans.
What's this?
Listen.
Bring it up.
Listen, I love him. I got one beef with my mans.
That iPhone talk?
He better stay the fuck up off the iPhone. The Android people.
He's honest, don't he?
Yeah.
He better stay off the Android people.
Hey, man.
Disrespectful.
Hey, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. I argue. Me and my kids used to get into it. Daddy, you mother. Look, man. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Look.
Why though?
Hey, here's the key. I've always been a PC guy. Mm-hmm. Okay, I've never liked Macs. I've always been a PC guy. I've always done all my editing on Vegas, all that. I've always been a PC guy.
Yeah.
Always. But I see people do iMovie, all that other shit, and I'm like, man, look kind of simple.
Look how it looks.
I said it looks simple. Yeah. However, I'm just stuck in my way.
Yeah, that's all it is.
But I fucked around and got this iPhone. I fucked around and got that iPhone, and I said,
gotta graduate.
I said, you dirty motherfucker.
I said, you dirty bitch. Where's my money, bitch? 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 Where's my money?
The amount of stuff we can do on an Android basis, what y'all can do, because we got the same thing. We can do it to each other. We just can't send it to y'all. But we got way more.
Hey, can I tell you something though?
It ain't even close. The way y'all do one thing, y'all can only do it one way. We can do it 4 or 5 different ways.
Okay, but that only works with a phone though. Like I got an iPhone and a tablet and an Apple TV.
It's the same thing we do through Google. So my Google is set up.
But you know,
what are you talking about? Look, so our questions is what I'm finna ask you. I sent y'all. Got put on my phone.
You just go to the drive.
You go to my.
I ain't gotta do it. All I gotta do is swipe, bro.
That's what I did. I literally went to my app.
Come on, man.
We live right now.
We live, baby.
We live right now.
Live, baby.
Let's get this shit going, man.
Let's start this motherfucker then. Let's get it.
Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. I got look. Listen, man. I be ready to get. Okay, listen.
Let's go.
When the fight, right? When it's time to fight, they announce your name, the music come on. Jay, no, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Listen, man. I never told you this, but I got you here right now. I really appreciate it. Just how you made me feel when I won my first belt. Real shit. When I won my first belt, no bullshit. Like, you made me feel amazing. You did.
And I don't even know what the hell I did.
You don't need that. But you see how that works?
Yeah.
You see how that works?
Yeah.
Like when I won my first belt. This was back when you were still with the Park District.
Mm-hmm.
I won my first title. I won 5 belts. I won my first title. And you just really laid out the red fucking
Oh yeah.
Like you really did. You know what I'm saying?
But because here's the key. You are one of my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Understand?
Yeah.
And you know you grew up with my kids. Mm-hmm. And I see you doing something positive. We always on that bullshit of shit, putting that negative shit on the front page of the paper. Right. Putting it out here that ain't nobody doing nothing good. Here's one of our ones that's doing something great. And we gotta we gotta embrace that.
Boom, boom.
We gotta embrace that. If we don't embrace that, how can a kid that's coming up under him, or even his own kids, respect when he says something?
Yes.
If ain't nobody that's older than him embracing him, letting him know that he doing good.
Yes.
See, it's cool to when somebody at you at their funeral talking, hey man, you know, no. I'm gonna tell you right now how proud I am of you, how much I love you. And see, that's what's wrong. And see, that's what's wrong with black men. We don't tell each other enough that we love each other.
Right.
Because if we don't tell each other we love you, that's what the gangs and everybody else do.
Yep.
Everybody doing wrong. Everybody else do wrong. When they doing wrong,
Right.
what's the first thing they tell you? Hey, bro, we love you.
That's word.
Yep.
They tell you they love
My
you.
brother, I love you.
Hey, love
Hey, that's
you,
right. That's
I
right.
love this man to the moon and back.
That's right.
To the moon and back.
That's right, man.
Much love,
It's
my
much
brother.
love, always, always.
Much love, my brother. You gonna stay out the iPhone, but I mean,
Hey,
but much love, my brother.
I gotta say that might be the best intro we ever had
Hey,
into the
listen,
show.
let's
We
get on.
got to sit chill.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
real
man.
But he
shit.
right though.
Real shit.
JJ right.
Like he really made me feel like I felt good about that. Like,
Right.
and I never told him that to this day.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he's sitting right here, like
Yeah.
no bullshit. And like I had looked up on YouTube, like he had put a whole thing on YouTube.
Oh yeah. I recorded it on my phone. I was like, shit, he getting it in.
Yeah.
That was,
That's
back
right.
that
That's
was
right.
like 2014.
Hey, man, I put it up.
He was like, yo, I'm proud of you, K3 proud of you. Like he had some words in the beginning of
Yeah.
the video, and
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that's dope.
Hey, man.
It felt like the city won. When
Yeah,
you won.
yeah.
but,
but like-
but people don't understand that, man.
Yeah.
People don't understand how there's so much riding on some of the stuff we do.
Yeah.
So much stuff, and we have to pay attention to that. That's why I try to, God sent me to Kankakee.
Yes, sir.
I was at McNamara for eight and a half years. I did some good things over there. God blessed me to be there, but it was time for me to move on.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you how God does,
Oh yeah.
not me, what He does, because I was comfortable, but God knew to make me uncomfortable so I could go to my next blessing.
Yeah.
Because there was people
Yeah.
who really needed you.
Yeah, exactly. Because see, I was comfortable. I'm
Right.
telling you, man, I'm sitting back in a lap of luxury. I ain't got to deal with too many problems. The little problems you have over
Right.
there with these kids.
Yeah.
It's little.
Yeah.
But I knew somebody needed me over here
Yeah.
that really needed me.
Yes, sir.
Because there's some kids over here ain't got a daddy. They ain't got an uncle. They ain't got a brother. They ain't got that. They ain't got nobody to teach them
Man, my boy.
how to be a man.
Yeah.
Right.
And see, when I'm telling them to watch their mouth, I ain't telling them to watch their mouth because I'm an elder. I'm telling you watch your mouth because there's growth for you.
Do me a favor, sound stuff.
You can't
sir.
be a CEO. You can't be a CEO and every other word is a curse word. You can't go into a meeting with the leader of FedEx. You can't go into the leader of Sony.
No, you
and every other word is bitch ass, hoe ass, all that.
F-
No.
Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. No, we can't do that. So when I tell them to watch your mouth, you don't know who's watching.
Yeah.
There could be somebody up in the stands ready to give you something.
You had no clue.
You have no clue. It costs $235,000 to go to 5 years of college if you are an athlete.
Right.
Do you think somebody's going to invest $235,000 in you and you don't have any character?
I'm gonna pause you for 1 second.
Speak on it.
Cause y'all hitting it. We gotta bring in the show. We ain't even brought in the show. I love it. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
That was heat. Hey, welcome to the All In Show.
Yeah.
As usual, I am your boy, Hollywood Harwell.
Yeah.
I got with me the most dustiest, the brokest DJ.
Yeah.
He definitely missed the sound effects.
Yeah.
Tell me something good, bro.
My boy, how you feeling?
Man. I'm in here.
Got some motherfucking legends in the
Man,
building,
bro,
my
they
boy.
done already
I get
started.
excited when we get the group.
Bruh, these personal
people, different
this ain't
types.
against nobody. These personal legends here.
Straight Kankakee.
I got stories with all three of them.
We gotta have the legends introduce themselves. We already know where y'all from, but say where y'all from anyway,
What you known for?
and what your sign is, bro.
Oh, son, damn.
Yeah.
Kick it off,
These
Jay.
women like that.
Let's get it, Jay.
All right, JJ Hollis,
Yeah.
Everybody know him.
a.k.a. Mr. Kankakee, a.k.a. Coach JJ.
Yeah.
All right, I was born and raised here. Played football at the University of Memphis State University.
Yes, sir.
Shout out, man.
Kankakee High School graduate. You know what I'm saying? And I've been doing things in this community, man, since I was 21 years old. I'm 51 years old now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I love being here. I appreciate y'all inviting me.
Man, we
Man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I love this community. I love what this community stands for, and everything positive about this community is what I try to push.
Right.
I try to push that, and I'm gonna continue to push that. until God call me home. So I appreciate y'all having me, and I'm just ready to get started.
Let's
I'm here.
go.
I'm here with my guys. I'm here with my guys. I'm here to get it in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got
Yes, sir. Yes,
the
sir.
reigning Kankakee champion.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
Knock your motherfuckers out, bro.
Boom,
Come on, man.
Hey, you know what? I got 26 of them bitches, man.
Yeah.
26 knockouts.
26 KOs.
26 knockouts.
Stop
Give me 1 second.
That's
it.
all right.
Take your time.
Yeah, that's all right. Mr. Boom.
He knocking
Boom.
niggas out.
We,
so I
we
ain't
back
finna
on the
say
porch. We back on the porch.
Mr. Boom.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna say shit. He
Yeah,
knock
that's
niggas
cool.
out.
Hey,
That's cool.
He ain't gonna knock me out.
say it again.
Not on my show.
Yeah,
He ain't finna hit you on your show.
Not on the show, bro.
Hit you with an ultra elbow
Okay, so-
combo.
On the show? Bruh.
Look,
the guy moves.
No. Answer your phone.
What I
please.
want to say, I
Who are you?
Nico,
Gotcha.
Who?
Boom Boom Jefferson, right?
Boom, boom.
I earned that name. I earned that fucking name. In the fight, listen, let me tell you something.
That
In
last
the
fight
fight
was ugly.
game, that shit was ugly.
That was ugly.
But it was frightening though. I'm gonna tell you why it's frightening. Let me speak on my name first.
Yeah, there we go.
So in the fight world, you can't walk into a gym and say, "Yo, call me
Mr. Tibbs.
whatever." You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You can't do that. You cannot do that. In the fight world, your name has to be given to you.
Right.
The fans have to give you a name, or your training partners. Somebody has to give you your name.
Right.
And so, how I got my name, I had a fight, and I knocked a nigga out with a 2-piece.
Okay.
With a boom boom.
Yes, I knocked somebody out with a 2-piece.
How you do it?
It was a jab cross.
Right, left jab, right?
Bop.
Southpaw
Jab
with the
cross.
dots.
Jab cross. And I put him to sleep. He was in the corner snoring and farting with his face down, ass up. Face down, ass up, snoring and farting. And, you know, because...
Hold on. Time out. Hey.
Come on, we good.
Okay. The camera right
good.
here, just so you know.
Come on in.
She all right. She just gonna chill.
All right.
So
How you doing?
and that's how I earned my name. And people started
He not
calling
here.
me. What happened?
He not here.
It's unlocked. Oh, it's locked.
It's locked.
Oh shit.
My bad.
Go by Big Mama house. Yeah. And
It's all edited too. You gonna have to introduce yourself. Not she on there. Go ahead.
That's
So-
all right. See you later.
You'll be back. It's
People
all right.
started calling me Boom Boom, so I ran with it. I thought it was dope. It sounded nice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Actually, the name came from, it was an older white woman. She was just like going crazy. So she gave me the name. Okay, so I ran with it. But
Shout out to the older white one.
shout out to the older white woman. I don't even know her name, but she gave it to me.
Shout out to the maker of Boom Boom.
Yes. And then like everybody started calling me that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how that happened. But I would I really want people to respect me as a historian as much as they respect me as a fighter. I don't, to be honest, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't get the same love as a historian as I do as a fighter.
Oh, that's
but
what today is about.
I'm just as dope though.
Today,
That's what it is.
So I want
That's
you to know.
the dope.
I want you to know most of the conversation about you isn't even about fight.
Yes.
Because today
Yes.
you here with you and your other half. Y'all in the building. So we gonna make sure. Yeah, you get all this boxing part out. Because that ain't even everybody know Boom Boom.
I appreciate
Nico
that.
Nico Jefferson
And I
is
don't
who
even
finna
want to
show.
know Boom Boom.
All right.
want to know him.
We ain't even gonna talk no fight shit. So we cussing on here or we
You
just-
grown.
Yeah, we
okay.
good.
all
The
right.
only show, so
nobody shit
look.
on here.
We want y'all to understand this. The purpose of this show is to showcase
Be you.
the people in our city, right?
Yeah.
He the star, I'm the host. We just keep the show going.
Okay.
So this is y'all show.
We love
As
y'all,
we ask
man.
questions,
For sure.
we just gonna maneuver around it, and it's gonna go as long as you tell us to. It's gonna go.
We got
Well,
love
shit,
for y'all.
I ain't got no curfew.
Okay.
Hey,
so I'm gonna drop a lot of history today, but I'm gonna pass it over to my brother, my literally biological brother, because we throw that
Let's
word
get
around
him.
brother
Let's
so
get him
much.
an intro.
But he is literally my biological brother. I mean like same mama, same daddy brother.
Okay.
So I put that on it. Like he's the other half of History with No Chaser. And
Yeah.
I said I do a lot of these interviews and shit like that, and I have to give him his respect and his flowers because the channel wouldn't pop the way that it pops without him.
That's my boy.
You know what I'm saying? So I do all the reading, the research, and I put the story together. I put the story together on the videos, and all the exciting shit, all the production you see in the videos,
the extras.
that's all him.
Oh God.
That's all him.
I love that shit.
Subscribe to History with No Chaser. We almost 100,000 subscribers strong.
So close.
Subscribe
So
to History
close.
with No Chaser.
We gonna go
No,
back.
y'all, can I tell you
Listen.
something? You about to get it.
So
Listen,
close.
and I'm gonna say this. Can I
Go
put
ahead.
K3?
Do whatever you
Can I?
need, real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I don't get a lot of love from K3. I don't. I'm just speaking factual.
We got that on the
As
list
far
to
as my
talk about.
channel, when you go to the, if I go to the analytics, I can show you. I'm a little tipsy, but if I go to the analytics, I can show you. I don't get a lot of love from K3. I get a lot of love from other places. I think I'm popping the most in
New York.
the
Texas.
Harlem area, Texas.
We got
But-
a bigger buzz in the UK
So
than we got
before
in
y'all-
Kankakee.
Yes, I should have the most love.
We got a bigger buzz
I
on
want
the
to
UK
pause it real quick. I need.
than we have in Kankakee.
I need you to introduce yourself, sir. He gave you an He gave you the leeway. I need you to introduce yourself, and then y'all can go on a rant if you want to show us.
Bro, I guess we gonna start. I'm the artist formerly known as Nico, little brother.
Right.
That's the only moniker I had, bro. That was it.
Hey,
That was
I
it.
already know.
hey,
Nico, little brother. You know what
hey,
I'm saying?
it's big shoes, but you feeling it.
Right. AKA J Mall, AKA the SnackRapper, and
Just added them on YouTube
dog,
too.
dog.
Oh,
I'm everywhere. All you gotta do is I used to be first page of Google with the SnackRapper, but you know
Right.
niggas didn't bump me off. But dog, as far as this editing shit go,
Bruh,
we should
Hey.
be out of this world with subscribers, dog. There's no
You
way.
ain't gotta tell me.
There's
I
no way.
just came up on game.
See, he underdoing it. So I want to make sure y'all understand. I don't know. I also want to make sure not only should you be following History with No Chaser, you need to go and make sure you still subscribe. We're going to get into it, so don't get me yet. But you need to make sure you subscribe to show support. But I want to say, man, when it comes to YouTube, my man, before we started, before this was anything, this man editing is, I'm talking like DMX style, rough, rap. I mean, because when you first watch, you go, what? And then it just spin, and as it going, it just puts it so together where it's just a different view and a different look at it. And there's so much respect. So the first two questions I had when I first started watching this channel a long time ago was, who is making his music? I already know we're going to get there.
Let me chime in. Shout out to Delon Burrell, Hove.
He was
And
he
shout
was
out
on the
to
Father's
Cheeks.
Day episode.
Shout out to Cheeks.
That's my boy.
Shout out to Corey.
He was supposed to be on the music episode.
Also supply beat. They gave me a ton of.
Lot of
Hove
beats.
gave me like 400 beats. So that's
Beats
my
I
nigga
rapped
for
on
life.
back in the day. I heard
And
him.
I also got something for him. He don't even know yet, but I got something for him. And
Big
Cheeks
time,
he gave me a lot of beats to go with my channel.
Shout out to Corey Campbell.
He's also now making beats.
Oh, God.
So
What
now
you use?
on top of the editing stuff, this nigga's making beats now.
I do it on my iPad, bro.
Hey, Mo
I use
Cole, man.
Beatmaker 3.
is it decent?
Yeah.
My
Just
boy.
use the beat machine.
I told you he was going to be on here.
You know,
Right.
you know what people be saying?
What's that?
Yo, who be doing your videos? Did they go to school for that? Did they do this? Did they do?
Bro,
I'm
it's like a
he ain't had
DMX
no-
style.
No.
I'm not making it up,
None
bro.
of
When
that
I first
shit.
watched
we need
it,
to talk.
I was like,
No,
we need to
Then
talk.
the more you watch
real.
it and the way he talk on it, the way they go,
What you say?
We need to talk.
Networking.
Yes,
that's the purpose of the show.
That's the-
Yeah.
Oh, bro,
That's
that's
all
the
we're
way he,
doing.
the way he
And I-
came to me, he was like, "Bro, I'm about to start making these history videos. Do you know how to do this shit?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, but I'm like, "Bro, no offense, but before I got on, it just looked like a PowerPoint, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
It just looked like a PowerPoint, like a nigga
I
talking
remember.
over an instrumental
Yep.
with some weak ass swipes coming through.
Yep.
It looked like a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was like, "Man, I want to have like video and shit under my voice talking." I'm like, "Bro, I'm gonna figure that shit out." I had no idea.
Right.
Just trial and error, banging that shit out.
Right.
Yep. So when I upload the videos now, it'll be like the War on Drugs. It was War on Drugs 18. So that was the 18th take
Right.
of me editing and fixing and tweaking that video and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Because it take about 18 takes.
Yeah.
Bro, I
That's
already
the crazy
know.
part.
Yes.
And the one we just talking about that when y'all was setting all this stuff up, you got to get it the way you want. it.
Yeah.
You got to get it
We had like
because
5
it might
different
be
ways to
perfect to
try it.
you,
Right.
but you want it to be perfect.
Yeah,
Right.
And that shit is still evolving because we
Yeah.
started with a
Yeah.
weak ass laptop and a weak ass program.
Yes.
Then we got a
Same
better
here,
program, but
yeah.
we still had the weak ass laptop.
My
Yeah.
dude, you been
Then
on
we
many
had a
podcasts.
Then we had a
Our setup ain't the greatest,
Then we
but
had
it worked
another
real
computer.
nice.
Hey,
Had to
listen,
get
man.
another computer, and I still got the old program. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
I use one program throw it into another one, and then throw it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Dog.
it.
I mean,
If you want it, you find a way to make it work.
You find a way to make it work.
Shout out to the SnackRapper.
You find a way to
Whether
make
it's
it
the
work.
free
dog.
trial or you gotta buy that
For
bitch.
real. That's what we call you
Either
tonight.
way.
You want to be the
That's
snack
right.
rap? It don't matter.
Snack
You got-
rap?
Okay. It don't
Snack
matter.
rap. What's your favorite snack,
That's more
bro?
to me. Swiss cake rolls.
Huh?
Swiss cake rolls. Like what?
Oh God, Lil Debbie.
What's your favorite?
Lil
Fuck
Debbie.
with hostess over here.
Hey.
We don't fuck with hostess over here. dog. What's JJ? We already know. We
Don't
gonna
even
save you.
fix y'all lips.
We gonna
back me.
save
Okay.
you.
Hey, what?
JJ, what's your snack?
Oh man, you done put me on.
Come
the
on,
spot.
come on now.
Hey,
You
them-
OG too, so
them
you done been through some snacks.
Hey, them Oreo cookies with the milk.
He said like once they hit your lips, they get so good.
Hey, oh man, I may have to go home and pack some.
I'm gonna need a whole sleeve of them shit.
hey, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh.
That's the number one selling cookie in the world.
Hey, look, Oreo
Oreo
cookie.
fire.
Hey, man.
It is.
Yeah,
Every time
hey,
they make them, they fire.
Hey,
As a
look,
host, I gotta look at
but
random
look,
facts
the other
occasionally.
one,
I can't
the
believe I
other
got
one
to
is
use
those Oreo cookies, the vanilla ones.
You like them too?
Them decent.
Yeah,
Shout out to
oh,
Oreo vanilla.
They all
Yeah.
fire.
Mellow.
They all fire. The
Yeah,
cupcakes.
yeah.
What's your snack? The happy birthday, the
Bruh, I
Belgian
like,
joints.
man, Lil Debbie, bro. Anything Lil Debbie.
I usually see you with the Swiss roll. That's Swiss your roll. joint.
Anything Lil
Swiss
Debbie.
roll. How you feel
The
about the Star
strawberry
Crunch?
shortcake.
How you feel about a Star Crunch?
I like
Oh.
Star Crunch, bro, when I was in grade school,
Yeah.
bro. You know, you evolve as you get older.
Yeah.
You get to different cakes. I done went from Star Crunch to fudge rounds
This
to
nigga used to send me to the
strawberry
store.
shortcakes.
This nigga used
Them
to send me to
zebra cakes.
Sitco.
To
Get
zebra
two-
cakes?
Them zebra cakes.
2 Star Crunches, some Cool Ranch Doritos, and I could get one thing. Because they were
Oh, you only get one thing.
at the time.
Yeah, you get one thing,
I
little
get
nigga.
one thing. I'm like, man, you bogus as hell, man.
Quarter,
But
nigga.
guess what
Oh,
though?
what?
You gotta grow.
Hell
You
yeah.
gotta grow.
I'm basic. My
Anything
snack,
Lil Debbie.
them little, ice honey buns. I'm
Ice and honey bun.
That's the honey. I don't want it hot neither. Y'all know
I was gonna
hot.
say,
Yeah,
did you warm it up?
Right
Did
out.
you warm it up?
I ain't warm mine
out,
up,
man.
bro.
You ain't warm it up?
Nah, I just ate it straight out the wrapper.
Everybody, Kankakee County already know what my man's favorite snack is. While he sit there quietly, he wait his turn.
Let's
tell,
get it.
Let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Everybody has their crack, right?
Yeah.
Everybody
real
has
crack.
their,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Bro, there's not a snack on this planet that's greater than blueberry muffins. I am a blueberry muffin
The little ones
connoisseur.
or a regular one?
My favorite are the little bites.
No.
Not
That's
yet.
my favorite, the little bites.
The little bag. Oh, you talking about the ones that come in the little bag?
Four bitch
Four,
ass
four,
muffins.
four, yeah, that's right.
Muffins in there.
Four punk ass muffins.
Just enough to piss you off.
Just enough to piss you off. But when you eat about 7 of them bitches, about 7
About
packs,
7?
7 pack. You feeling right?
Do you warm them up though?
It's 28.
You don't warm them
I
up.
don't need to
28
warm 'em up, Jay.
muffins, bro.
I don't need to warm them up,
You
Jay.
don't need to warm them
I
up.
don't need to warm
How you
'em up,
fight
Jay.
eat 28 muffins?
I put in a lot of work. How you get in there?
He here.
Like the Matrix.
You
So-
see pull up, didn't
Hold
you?
on, hold on. Can you introduce yourself? Come
Yeah,
on,
you
man.
might as well.
You already walked through.
You might as well.
You already
No,
walked
today.
through.
You know already
So,
walked
we
through.
already
You
We done
good?
seen your feet and everything all on Facebook. You might as well introduce yourself.
Look, you gonna take a seat right there. You good?
So look,
Hey. Appreciate it.
listen, her
Why she waving? Take
Her
camera though.
and
It's
blue,
okay.
her and blueberry muffins, right?
Yeah.
My favorite snack.
On
Hold
God.
on.
That was smooth. That's
Boy,
what
that
Scoop
was-
say.
That was
That's what he
so
supposed to say.
boy, you,
Hey,
boy, you all right?
hey,
Hey, you
that's
know
what I
what?
do.
He learned
You know
that
what?
from
Appreciate
Greg.
you coming.
You know
Shout out
what?
to
You all
Baby
right?
Greg.
You all right?
But look, let's go ahead and kick this shit off.
Let's
man.
get it. Let's get it.
I'm sitting next to my
Hey,
man
hey,
Jay.
let's
I
go.
already told him
JJ.
how much I appreciate
Yeah.
him.
My man.
Before
Mr. Hollis.
before
Yes,
you
sir.
ask him, I just want to
You
say.
know what I want to say.
I know what you're gonna say,
Speak
but
on
I'ma
it.
just. It's hard getting people to come
On the
and
show.
connect, just connecting to
Yeah.
get together.
We here.
So to bring 2, 3 different individuals
Right.
with 4
Right.
on the show, I
Greg might
appreciate
be out
y'all
here.
coming, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Like we definitely trying to show love to the city, and just like y'all said earlier, y'all don't get a lot of love from Kankakee. Well, we finna match that.
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
I
y'all
need-
doing.
Regardless if we
Yeah.
represent
I
Kankakee
need
or not.
that. Listen, let me stop saying I. We need
We.
that.
Exactly.
Because the channel don't pop if this brother don't do his shit.
Yeah.
If he don't do what he do, then it's boring. Y'all just hear me on the audio just talking. Cause I don't know how to do all that shit. He know how to do all that. So he's just as important to History with No Chaser as I am.
Yeah, his
Cause
Black
I
Panther.
can come up with I can do all the reading
Heading on that
research
Black Panther
and
was
come up with a
dope.
story.
Yeah.
But if he don't
That
make
OJ
it
was
exciting
dope.
and make it pop, that OJ is
We gonna
phenomenal.
get
I done watched it about 4
Let's
times.
get it.
Hey, we gonna get there before we get there.
But
I
go
already
ahead,
had a
I'm
question.
sorry, my bad. Go
JJ,
ahead.
Mr. Hollis.
Mr.
Yes,
Hollis.
sir.
Man.
Yes, sir.
They call you Mr. Kankakee.
Yeah,
He is.
man.
He is.
So when I say there have been tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of people who have lived here, I've never heard nobody named Mr. Kankakee.
That's the man.
Yeah.
right
Named
there.
after the city.
Yeah.
He go fight for the city, but they name it after
yeah,
him.
yeah.
That's the man.
How does a man get a name like
Speak
that?
on it, Jay.
Well, here's what I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I was, I've been doing stuff in this community for years.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing stuff that a lot of people don't even know about.
Speak on it.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing: I don't have to. As long as I'm helping you, the only time I'm supposed to look down on a brother is when I'm helping him up off the ground.
Right.
Okay, so I don't. I don't look down on people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing this stuff for years. So I was on Facebook one day doing a live.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, somebody said, "Hey, Mr. Kankakee." I said, "Damn."
That's
They
real,
say you
bro.
do so much stuff for our kids. You do so much stuff for our community. I mean, just start going in. They was like, Mr. Kankakee. Kept saying Mr. Kankakee. I'm like, damn. I'm like, okay. So
It's
guess what
stuff.
I did? I said, I'm going to embrace that.
That's love.
I'm going to embrace that because I love Kankakee. And the reason I say that is this. You'll hear me say stuff about Memphis too.
Okay.
Because that's my second home.
Right.
I went to college there. I did a lot of stuff in Memphis. I did stuff I did here that I did in Memphis too. But I could have went and did a lot of stuff in Memphis. I could have went and did a lot of great things in Memphis.
But
I
that's
was
not where the heart
offered.
lives.
No, charity begins at home.
That's right.
Oh, God.
I was born and raised here. My grandmother always told me that charity begins at home. So guess what? What I look like going to make another city great when I ain't trying to make mine great? That's
why I
that's an
love
oxymoron,
That's
man.
why I love
That's
Jay.
an oxymoron. I could have left. I could have did what other people did. Man, you know what, man? F Kankakee. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I wouldn't feel right. I wouldn't feel right, man. So guess
completely
what?
understand.
So guess what? I'm gonna embrace Kankakee. I love Kankakee. So Mr. Kankakee is who I am.
It's very
Hey, you know, and guess what? And guess what? I'm gonna embrace it. I could have said, you know what, man, don't do that. No, you damn right I'm gonna do it because I want people to see the good in Kankakee. I don't want somebody that's doing all ignorant shit
Right.
to say they Mr. Kankakee. No, I'm Mr. Kankakee. Even my guy Duty Low, shout out to Duty Low. I coached him, and but guess what? He even got on his podcast and said, I made a song, Mr. Kankakee, but my coach JJ
Yeah, that's
is Mr. Kankakee.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so that's where that came from, man. I appreciate. Hey, and I'm gonna keep embracing it.
That's love.
I'm gonna keep embracing it. Yeah.
So we're gonna take a quick pause because we got another legend on the show.
Yeah.
Had to come in at the last. He did. You wanna get over here and I'll let you in?
Mash it up.
Vlad
Mash
TV.
it up.
Come on.
No, I'm good. Vlad TV. I'm in the back.
Oh God.
The legends on the screen.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You already here, my man. Gonna introduce yourself.
Wagwan, brethren.
You here now? We don't introduce legends. They introduce
They
themselves.
introduce
Look,
themselves.
I'm a nigga. I need no introduction.
At all.
At all.
That's
At
just what
all.
it is.
Hey, get that nigga.
Done and done, huh?
BG, one of them.
In case they don't
That
know,
nigga right there.
that's
I ain't
the
got
legend
nothing to get
breed.
him with. I ain't getting him with my hands, nigga.
All right, so before we go
He
further,
said a
Spray this
spray.
up.
I just want
we're
to
gonna
go
start.
around you
spray
guys.
this
You
over
have
here
to
behind
spray
you.
in the
Behind you,
bottom.
Nico.
go
We're gonna
around.
start with the lady. We need everybody's zodiac sign.
Ooh.
What's your sign, sis?
I'm a Virgo.
Her birthday was yesterday.
Ooh, happy
Happy
belated
belated
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say belated. You still
Yeah.
kicking it.
Hey, yeah.
What's up?
It was yesterday.
What's your zodiac?
Leo.
You know he
Oh,
the way he
Lord.
can't be a dramatic.
Extra.
Leo.
Sagittarius.
Okay. Y'all look weird. All right.
Yeah, we are.
Taurus gang, baby.
Man, y'all suck.
Boy,
Taurus gang.
Yeah. Bulls.
Some
Let's
horns.
get it.
baby.
Yeah,
Boom,
yeah,
boom.
yeah.
Aries.
you an Aries cut?
Got his ass. I told you to get him.
Belvedere.
Aries guys be so
Belvedere.
cool, though.
I told you to get him.
Aries guys be cool.
I'm
I
gonna let
give
it
them
go. Scorpio,
that. Pisces, my boy. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
emotion.
Well, okay, so I don't understand
Why you did that?
the zodiac shit
No,
at all.
it's just something fun to talk about. If you don't believe,
I don't know what to talk about. Like,
I'll
what
say
the
you
fuck
some stuff to read up on.
Okay.
I got you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put it at the bottom too. If you want to read up on zodiac,
Yeah.
because it's a lot more than just what your main sign is.
I
Got
just
12
don't like. I
houses.
just don't
I
like
don't want to
them
go through all of it for
I
you
don't
right
like them
now.
extreme zodiac freaks. but
Right.
there
Like
are.
today, I woke up in a bad mood because I'm a Virgo type.
I mean, but that worked for a Virgo. That really worked for a
That's a
Virgo.
Virgo. Hey, Jazz, you gotta get that.
But so
It's a locust.
Nico and Mo.
Yeah, yes sir,
So I asked y'all, you guys are YouTubers, right?
yes sir.
That's where the show is at. Tell us about the show.
Again.
And tell us how you got started.
I'm gonna say this again. I've said this already. Y'all good? I'm gonna say this again. I've said this already. I need people to respect me as a historian as just as much as they do as a fighter.
Right.
It's when we look at the analytics, my other half of History with No Chaser, because he makes the shit pop. Without him, the shit would be boring. Kankakee don't fuck with my channel as much as they should. So now how I got started, right? I've always I do a lot of reading. I do tons of reading. I read like 40 to 50 books a year, mostly pertaining to our history.
Okay.
And with all this reading, right?
I'm listening, bro.
You in a battle with that beetle?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Don't lose to the Beatles.
Boom, nigga.
He got the sound all off slapping.
okay, so with
We don't edit, bro. You killing us.
all my reading,
Ain't no edit.
I used to work overnight with this older individual named Lane Butler. Shout out to Lane Butler.
Shout out to
Oh,
Lane
man.
Butler.
Shout out to my man. Do you know him?
Yes.
That's my man,
Yes.
Lane Butler.
Yes.
I'm Facebook friends with a couple of his daughters. He got like 9 of them, but I'm Facebook
Yeah.
friends with a couple of his daughters. I think her name is Dashida Whitlow or something. No, not Whitlow. Dashida. She know what I'm talking about.
Shout out to whoever.
Shout out
Shout out to the person he talking
Shout
about.
out to the
You know
daughters.
You know who you are. We don't know who you are.
You know
but
who you are.
What he said.
Shout
you
out
know
to
who
the
you
daughters. To the
That's
daughters
that
of
great
Lane
line.
Butler. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I used to work overnight with this brother, and we used to talk Black history for like 7-8 hours. I mean, nonstop. And he was amazed because he's a historian himself.
Right.
And if I fuck up some of these words, I'm a little tipsy, but I'm alright.
you good.
So, and he was just amazed on how much I knew, and he said something to me that's gonna stick to me forever. Because he was encouraging me to put a lot of information out, and I'm like, nah, man, I ain't no teacher. Like I do this for my own entertainment. I enjoy history. I have a passion for history.
Right.
I love our history. So, and I was telling him like, nah, bro, like I'm not putting that out there because I'm not a teacher. He told me you're doing your people a disservice if you don't put the information out there. And he also said, so you're gonna take all this info to the grave? And I was like, wow.
That's dope.
I was like, wow. So he was like,
That's it.
people need to know the shit that you know.
Man.
And I'm gonna say something. My first video, and I got receipts, and everything I'm about to tell you, y'all can pull this shit up. You can go on YouTube. You can check the dates. You can fact check everything I'm saying. So my very first video, right? I did a video about the relationship between Bumpy Johnson and Malcolm X.
Right.
Nobody knew about it because Malcolm never mentioned it in his biography. Again, I read like 40 to 50 books a year. That's all the fuck I do is read.
Right.
And so he never mentioned Bumpy in his biography. There was reasons why, but he never mentioned him. And so about a year after my first video about their relationship, here comes a TV show. Like, come on, man. What's the timing with that? A TV show comes
Somebody
out.
completely stole what
And
you
so
had.
so what I did, I took a piece from different books of where I got the information from. So like Lucky Luciano had like a few pages in his book, and then somebody got a few pages in their book, and then Bumpy's biography. I read Bumpy's biography like 5 or 6 times. I love that book. He mentions it. So what I did, I took information from various books and I put a story together. I put it out there, and if you look at some of the early comments, there's a lot of comments on that video. Right. My very first video, the production is horrible.
I've already watched the
Mo
video.
wasn't on yet. He wasn't on yet. The production is horrible. I'm telling you now.
Because you was using that same song for your videos for like the first 8. I watched.
So I'm telling you now, the production is horrible, but it's a powerful video.
Right.
A year later, tell me why there's a TV show about Bumpy and Malcolm.
That's crazy.
Come on, man. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of people take my information. A lot of people, I see viral posts, and how I know it's my info because certain lingo that I will use, I will see people use it. Like, there's so many viral posts about certain topics that I've covered on the channel, and I know it's my info.
Yeah.
Again, like
They
with
still,
the channel,
they still whole videos.
whole videos.
Whole videos will be
And
gone.
People will use my voice,
Just repost it.
or they'll use their voice and they'll just take my words, right?
Yeah.
And so now I challenge you. I encourage you. Find anything prior to my video about Bumpy Johnson and Malcolm X, their
Because I
relationship.
never heard it before.
Scrub the internet. Scrub the
even know they
internet.
knew each other.
You can start tonight to
there was nothing on
7
the
a.m.
internet.
Find something on the internet about their relationship before my video. Go on YouTube and check the dates. Find something before that.
Yeah,
I'll give you $1,000.
We're
Find
still in
something
that man
before.
videos.
It's nothing.
We're still in that man words.
That's not just it, but
We got more
There's
time.
quite a few.
So how did you get in the game with it? When did you come along? What made you say you wanted to do it? What-
speak on it, Mo.
You know, I know you say you didn't know much about it at all, but
I ain't know much about the editing part of it, but I seen him go from. I didn't even know this nigga could read. Didn't I? I didn't even know this nigga could read.
Can I chime in real quick?
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna let you rock. Okay, to be honest, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep that shit a buck. I didn't even really know how to read till I was 24 years old.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that. People even sitting up here probably didn't know that shit.
nah, I ain't know that.
No.
yeah,
I didn't know
no bullshit. Until after I was a grown ass man, I didn't even know how to read, bro. Like
correctly.
a lot of my knowledge, a lot of my intellect, a lot of everything, that shit is all self-taught.
Yeah.
I didn't, cause I was doing bullshit in high school. It's
Right.
my fault. So I ain't sitting here like,
Right.
you know, like on some victim type of shit.
Yeah. Right.
I did it, but I didn't even know how to
Huh.
read until I was around the age of 24.
What made you start at 24? Like what drove
Honestly,
you to start
you know what? A lot of things changed for me, just as a person, when my daughter was born.
Oh, God.
When I held my daughter, you know what happened? I'm gonna tell you when I held my daughter. When I held my daughter, like when she was a newborn fucking baby. When I held my daughter, I'm holding her, and she opened her eyes and she smiled, and that shit just I just melted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm already knowing.
I melted.
That's your
So,
oldest? That's your first?
Yeah, she's 14 now.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I read 40, 50 books a year, but 14 years ago, I didn't even know how to fucking read.
I mean, but that in itself is an inspiration.
And that's a
Because
Exactly.
because okay, yeah, you fucked off in high school, but what nobody really think about is you don't fucking learn to read in high school. You learn that shit way earlier.
Yeah.
And nobody knows the life you live
Right.
prior to that. All the shit y'all all went through, all three of y'all went through leading up into that. You know
it
what
was
I'm saying?
tough.
So like, you may have a story right there.
Yeah. I was just telling her one
You
night
know what I'm
today,
saying?
like I was a grown man, right? And I had a job. I was like 22 years old. I was trying to work, and we was in, you know, training classes, because you know you got your little training classes, shit
you
like
gotta
that.
watch the videos
And so
and-
the trainer, what the trainer did, the trainer said that they're not gonna sit up there and read for like 6 hours, because
Everybody gotta
the
read.
trainer, yes.
Yeah.
So the training class was like for 6 hours, and so what they did, you gonna read a portion, you gonna. And I was sweating. I was so nervous, right? Now it's my turn to read.
Yeah.
Now I'm in my 20s. I don't even know how to read. And now I got to read because everybody else reads.
paragraph,
And bro,
that's it.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, when the man, that's how I used to read.
All you had was word recognition.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Yeah.
And so to go
So hold
from,
on. So when he said it, he was for real.
no
Yeah, no,
bullshit.
that's where I was going. Like, I didn't even know this nigga could read. Like, I knew he could read.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's
motherfucker
funny, but
was
he's not
literate.
lying.
No, but like,
I knew the
that's
nigga was
dead.
literate, but I ain't know. But I lived out of state,
real.
and every time I talk to this nigga, he just talking about a book, or he posting about a book, or I'm like, nigga, since when
You know what
fucking
though?
reading?
You know what? I think me and him, we amazed each other.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, it's not even about what I think. I know he didn't know that I knew so much about our history.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know he was capable of all the shit that he's capable of.
Yeah. But
You know
y'all
what I'm
the same
saying?
person.
Yeah,
in a
exactly,
sense, you know what I'm
exactly. So
saying?
like, bro, again, I'm in charge of all the reading, all the research, and I put a story together.
Yeah.
I send him the audio. Everything you see inside the videos on History with No Chaser, that's all him.
Yeah. It's
That's
just-
all him.
it's
Let's
just
get
me
that
cooking.
love.
But
bro.
I
That's
seen
dope.
him.
That's dope.
I seen
I like that.
the same way he was talking. This nigga would be talking to me about some history shit. And I'm like, bro, okay, nigga, I'm with it. Damn, like, I get
You
it.
ain't got to convince
Nigga,
you.
listen, I'm telling you,
Overload
we was
you
the
now.
first ones. I'm like, bro, I'm with it. Just get a computer and I'll figure this shit
It was
out.
for
You
no
know what?
information.
That's
it's
all
too
I
much
needed, bro.
information.
You know why a lot of people didn't know a lot of people wasn't aware how much I knew about history because there's not really a setting for it.
Yeah, sit down and talk
because
about.
like where is there a setting for history? And unless I'm just going around, hey, bro, back in '72, blah blah blah, and I don't
crazy,
and so I don't want to come off like that because you just, I mean, you sound like a jerk and a know-it-all.
Yeah.
So like, unless somebody asks a question or, you know,
Or
we
just
on that
randomly come up, right?
yeah, then it ain't really nothing to talk about. So like nobody knew, and I think that's part of the reason why I don't get the respect that I deserve.
Yeah.
And I also, you know, like again, other people outside of Kankakee, I'm their favorite historian.
Yeah.
History No Chasers, their
Yeah.
favorite channel.
Right.
Yeah.
Go through the comments, you'll see it.
But
you know what I'm
but
saying?
I'm gonna tell you where you need to open up those dialogues.
Mhm.
Those need to be regular dialogues, and not just regular dialogues with adults. They need to be regular dialogues with our children, because I think what happens is a lot of times our kids are not motivated to do bigger things because they don't know what they need to know.
Facts.
So
And-
speaking about, to cut you off. on
Yeah,
purpose,
go ahead.
But to speaking about children and teaching the children, you football man, right? Long time.
Yes, sir.
Long time.
Legend.
How long you been in it?
I started coaching at 24 years old. I'm now 51.
Okay.
Shout out to David Hetherington for coming to get me off
Shout
my
out to Dave.
Dave.
for coming to get me off my mama porch.
That's what 27 years.
Yeah, coming to get me off my mama porch.
Yeah.
I was sitting on my mama porch. Hey, look, I don't want to. That's why I don't take excuses from people talking about teenage fathers, all that. I had 2 kids and 1 on the way when I graduated high school.
Woo!
So
Shout out. Who's the kids? Shout out to the kids.
Oh,
Who the
all
kids?
of them. Angela,
Yeah.
Christopher,
Chris.
Alvon, Trey, Pooh,
Niggas fuck.
all of them.
Shout out to
All
Squad.
of them.
Shout out
All
to the
of them.
squad,
All of them.
especially
All of them.
Alvon.
All of them.
He
All
more
of
than
them.
stars twerking.
Hey, that's it.
Alvon, for sure. Shout out to my boy.
Hey, Angela, Christopher, Jeremy, Trey, all of them. All
Yeah.
6 of my
For
kids.
sure,
My
for
son
sure.
Jeremy is a sergeant in the Army.
Yes, sir.
All that,
Yeah.
man. So he
Shout
just
out.
made sergeant. So what I tell people is this, man. When you got kids, and this man came to me, I was one of those fathers,
Right.
lining up the fence, watching my kids practice every day. Me being a former college athlete, coming back home. He said, "Hey, man, you wanna you out there every day? You wanna coach?" I said, "I ain't never thought about coaching, man. I ain't never.
Right. Yeah.
This ain't something that I've." He like, "Man, you'll be good at it because you was one of our leaders on the football team." He said, "Man, I think you'll be good." I said, "All right, I tried." I ain't stopped since.
Right. That's love.
I ain't stopped since. And let me tell you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
And let me tell you, man. Once I got in it, I embraced it because you're not just coaching, you teaching,
Yeah.
and you're mentoring, and because people don't understand how much effect that a coach has on kids' lives.
So you're
Yes.
part of the
I was
reason I
recently
played
speaking about
football, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to CC Tally and her pops. Shout out to Pee Wee, R.I.P. He was the original person to try to get me in sports. He tried to get me in baseball. I told that in the Tamika Tally episode. But you, 8th grade, I never forget. You was walking through the hallway. I was walking through the hallway. You said, you need to be on somebody's football team. I said, huh? You said, no, you need to be on somebody's football team. You said, where you playing that next year? I said, I don't know. I was lost in my little world. We all going through life. Football wasn't even a portion of my life I was thinking about, right? You said, no, you're going to do great things. I already see it in you. Where you walk. You need to get in somebody's football team. That's why I want to play football the next year.
Yeah.
Something that simple. You didn't even know it.
Hey, here's the key. Let me tell you what I do, man. I love kids. And see, this is what I tell people about what you say to a kid is important. It's very important.
Yes.
What you say to kids. And I tell kids that I never walk past a kid. One of the things I do at football practice since I've been coaching.
Right.
Little things we do are big to kids.
Way more than we
Way.
know.
They're very big to kids. So what do I do at practice every day? Kids don't even understand. I shake every one of their hands and say, "How was your day? How you doing, sir? How's everything?" Because guess what? That kid may not have nobody embrace him that day. That kid may not have something to do to them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got to embrace them, man.
Right.
He's speaking on kids, right? What I say when we first kicked it off, as a grown man, I mentioned something to him, that he don't even fucking remember.
Right.
I mentioned how he made me feel when I won my first belt. Totally unrelated. This ain't got nothing to do with football, a sport he don't know nothing. Well, I don't know how much you know about MMA.
Exactly.
But I spoke about how he made me feel that day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he talking about kids, even grown men.
Yeah.
And I haven't had. I won't say I haven't had the opportunity to tell you, but the setting is right here, and I felt the need to tell you that because it was.
I appreciate that.
I won my first belt in 2014. I got 5 belts, and you made me feel like a fucking legend.
But guess what?
You are a legend.
But that's the key when we talk about flowers.
Yeah.
Everybody always talk that. It talks a good game.
Yeah.
But guess what? I coached him in football. Been knowing him since he was a kid. I'd be wrong if I don't tell him that I'm proud of him and I love him. Yeah. That's bogus.
That's word.
What type of person would I be? And see that's the problem with our society. Yep. If he doing good, I ain't doing that. No. Right. No, because guess what? You motivate people. When you won that fight, you motivated somebody to say, I may can't fight, but guess what? I can do something.
Bro.
Look at what you did for your little brother.
Yeah.
You said he saw you doing something. He said, "Well, guess what?
I'm gonna do it too."
I see how excited and passionate. I'm like, well, shit, let's do
let's
this. Get it. Why are you searching elsewhere, nigga? I can do
so.
Kankakee, bro.
Right.
So going there, Mo, I ask you. So I don't even know how I want to word this. Yes, I do. What do you bring different to the channel that most channels don't have? What do you believe you bring differently? Because I want to say it is different. I've already given it mad props on there.
This ain't no modest shit, bro. Talk your shit.
Every video, and this used to be a problem. Every video I would search for like perfection. Like I could stay on like a 10-second clip for like 5-6 hours. Though. Right. Nigga, I'm gonna approach it. I approach every doc that we do like a movie. Like he start off with the introduction. I have a video. Then it's hard facts. Right. Then it's soft facts, hard facts.
You'll cut him off and throw a
Thanks
audio.
for watching, subscribing, you know what I'm saying? I'll approach everything just like that, methodically just like that. And it'll be a problem. He'd be like, bro, nigga, what a video at? I'm like, dog, I'm almost there, man. Just let me, nigga, I'm cooking, bro. I'm cooking because I've never put one up. And he was like, nah, that shit ain't hot. Everyone, he like, ooh, nigga, that shit fire. Yeah. So like, nigga, I search for that shit every time. And with the videos that I do, dog, all you gotta do is put some attention to detail, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I already want to do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm waiting on the project, bro. Send me that shit.
And look, everything he's saying, right, we're still growing.
Yeah.
What'd you tell me today about my delivery?
Yeah. Oh, that shit was perfect. That shit was perfect.
Like, we're still growing.
It used to be, you didn't even notice. I'm gonna tell you some shit you ain't know. The first couple videos you would send me.
First time hearing this. Go ahead.
First couple videos you would send me, your delivery was like slow, right? And what I would have to do, I would have to take his audio, I would have to put it in a program and speed the tempo up. But listen, after I speed it up, his voice goes higher, so now I gotta lower the pitch. I gotta do that for the whole audio.
Okay.
And then I told him about it. Then he came back. He was like, "All right." He sped it up, but then he would slow it down on parts where he wanted me to like cue up a video or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or he would be talking and he'll try to cut it off too quick. I'm like, nigga, just go. Let me do the editing. Nigga. You don't edit nothing.
That teamwork, we understand.
You been reading these books.
People don't know about that though.
Yeah.
Pitch.
There you go.
You been reading these books for 2 months, nigga. Go off. Let me do the editing.
See, the thing about like I could read a whole fucking book, right? And then you get the story crammed up in 15 minutes. You get all the important facts, everything that I've accumulated from this book. You get in like a 15-minute video.
So look,
you know what I'm saying?
I want to give shout out to Nate Hillman and his show. What's the name of his show? He gonna beat me up in that
A Cloud of Smoke podcast.
A Cloud of Smoke. So I hadn't watched the show in a long time, right? And I had run across Nate's podcast, which is dope. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out. Then your interview come on there. You start talking about your show, and I was like, man, I ain't watched this show in a minute. Let me go to the channel. So I ain't gonna lie to you. I started it from the beginning, put it on autoplay. I'm just letting it play in the background, in the background. Right? But I'm listening to it. It's good facts. All of a sudden, it just changed. And that makes sense when he came in, because all of a sudden, now I start hearing people talk. I'm like, wait, what am I missing? I had to go back and start watching. Quit doing what I was doing and start watching. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay.
He was asking me for that shit like it was like an amazing feat. He like, bro, can you put like video on there? And then like under my voice, I'm like, nigga, I got it. Nigga, just throw me that shit, nigga.
Hold on,
just throw me that shit. I got it.
My highest viewed video. She actually did my highest viewed video.
Shout out, let's get it.
Shout out to BB. Shout out to my lady Jazzy J. She did my highest viewed video. She didn't know what the hell she was doing either.
Right.
It was I didn't know what I was doing. Nobody knew what they was doing, and it was just some shit thrown together. I'm gonna tell you how it happened. It's about the story of I seen two people arguing about. They was calling each other Uncle Toms. Right. And I'm like, they don't even know like where that shit come from.
Right.
And so my highest viewed video is well over 1 million views. It's called, I don't know if it's called The History of Uncle Tom.
I think it's Who Was Uncle Tom?
Who Was Uncle Tom or something like that. And I was in the video, look, y'all gotta watch the video. But in the video is I'm just telling people like, to be honest, to be called an Uncle Tom is actually a good fucking thing.
It is.
Uncle Tom was a
Uncle
good
Tom's Cabin was written to go against the right.
That was a good dude. That was a good dude. And so I just threw that video out just on some, because I seen two people just talking shit, and I'm just like, just throw that out there.
Yeah,
that's
love. And it hit. And it hit hard.
We completely understand. We definitely ain't nowhere near them views, but we definitely understand.
So like anything can inspire a video. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. This is to everybody here. It's crazy how many talents we have that we walk into. We don't even realize we have until you use it. Because a lot of time in our culture is stop, don't do that, don't touch that, sit back, don't go. Prime example, my man Greg is big into the stock market. There was once upon a time where Greg was kind of treading feet, right? Greg's like, well, I don't know this, I'm this. Man, do it. I came with your approach on him. Yeah. Get in there. Do it. Yeah. Talk to him a week later. He like, man, I'm already making money. He went right back to Greg. I'm making money. I'm doing big things. You know what I'm saying? Talent he had, he just was sitting on.
Yep.
Because in our culture, we talk, wait a minute, be cautious. Don't dive head first. Don't take risks.
Yep.
Don't, put your head down.
Yeah.
But what is the talent in that though?
Being cautious?
Nah. And like I think the talent is desire. You know what I'm saying? And will.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like it could have been anything. It could have been stocks. It could have been.
But it is like that with you.
Damn, bro.
You get his ass. There you go.
But
real estate.
Anything. It could have been anything.
You put your hand in it and you do well.
And you got a passion for it. You put the time in to like. You got to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna be profitable in nothing unless you put the work in. You know what I'm saying?
Because everybody sitting here took a risk. We took a risk to start a show. You took a risk to do the stocks. You took a risk messing with Boom Boom. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy. JJ took a risk to coach. He threw himself out there with a whole bunch of kids. They put him on the boat on the float, and he was like, "Yo, I got a paddle. Let's go."
To learn what was necessary.
My man said, "I ain't never put a video together, and all of a sudden, we have the most popular show in Kankakee County that the whole county don't even support."
But let me explain something to you. What happened? Shout out to my professor, man. I know he may watch this. Professor AC when I was in college.
Professor AC.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, man. The man told me that the truth is over there in the library and it's free.
Facts.
He said you can go get it. He said you in college because your mom and them told you to come in. He said your mom and them, you play ball, you love being here. He said, but at the end of the day, you still got to read them books.
Yeah.
And he said the truth is over there. He said you can learn anything you want to learn by picking up a book and reading it and applying it. What happens in our culture, in other cultures, they encourage reading.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things I did with my kids, I encouraged reading. I encouraged it. We don't encourage reading a lot in our culture.
You ain't lying.
We don't encourage it. This man said that, listen to what he said. He said, I really didn't know how to read until I was 24 years old.
24, bro.
Understand what that means. My son, who's now in college, 3.6 grade point average, all that.
Shout out to the son.
Hey,
Shout out to the son.
Hey, he read a book a week. But guess what? You have to read something that you like.
Bro.
You have to read something you like. So guess what? I subscribed to Sports Illustrated as a kid.
Yeah.
Give him something that he wants. those anime books, all that stuff. I didn't know nothing about. I thought Dragon Ball Z was just some BS on a cartoon, you know. But he wanted to read.
But
so guess what?
Reading it is a whole.
But here's the key: that desire to want to read. And guess what? I encouraged it and I embraced it. So guess what? Instead of me taking him, getting something to eat from McDonald's, I'm gonna take this money and I'm gonna go out here to Barnes and Noble.
Yes, sir.
And take him in there and get him a book. Every time he did something good in a week, we went to Barnes and Noble.
Right.
We get him a book. You go in his room right now. He's 22 years old. He got a shelf full of nothing but books.
Why do y'all think culturally we like that when it comes to reading? Because I can honestly say, and I can't speak for you, my man, because you're a little younger than me, so I wasn't around you as much. But he already spoke on what he reads. I know what he reads. He just said what he does. I definitely know Greg because me and Greg get a change on him.
Yeah.
So why do you think culturally a lot of people stop their children from reading?
Because that shit ain't cool.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
What's cool about reading?
I don't know if it's,
Until
I don't
you
know
get
if it's
to
not
reading.
cool. I think it's we as a community, we're in survival mode. Reading is mostly viewed as a leisure.
A leisure time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's
when
TV
you
though.
when you
Well,
want,
Yeah.
right.
It's both fucking off. Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See the thing. Was you done, BG?
It's just not sexy.
Oh,
bro.
no,
like,
we
see,
can-
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not cool.
Until you get into the book,
The thing is-
in grade school, you always said, man, I was accelerated reader.
because books was
Same
cool as
here.
shit though.
Yeah.
It was
Same
good.
here.
It was exciting.
Oh,
to
just
you.
imagine a book
Check
there.
this out.
Yeah,
Book that book.
Man.
Hitman,
Bro.
The rest of the
but-
kids looking at rulers and I'm flipping
Check
through the
this out.
books.
You
It's
know,
just not
yeah,
exciting. I don't
yeah,
care about that
yeah.
ruler.
Yeah.
Check
this
I'm
out.
in the page.
Check this out, right? A lot of people I've seen since I think I made a post last Thursday, and I've seen a lot of people since last Thursday, and they all talk about a picture I posted of my two boys sitting on the couch, and you see my son.
Yeah, he was
It's some
looking
funny
at
shit.
it.
Yeah.
He got in
So,
trouble, didn't he?
and you see the cover photo of what my son is reading is some Black history.
Right.
And a lot of people like, man, they're applauding me because you're making your boys read.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just making them read, like they see me doing it.
Right.
So that also matters. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not so much like a they know we're gonna read. It's not like they come in like, oh my God, we reading tonight. They already know it.
Yeah.
They already know it. You know what I'm saying? So they know around 9 o'clock. They know it's right. It's that time to read.
But they look forward to it because it's not just reading, spending time with my father too.
Yeah.
So,
But you know what?
yeah,
That's
no.
the point of TV though. TV is to keep you from reading. When you read, you have nothing but these words and your imagination.
Yeah.
When you watch TV, you can veg out and it's somebody else's imagination.
Right.
That's somebody else's imagination presented to you.
Because-
So you ain't gonna want to go read. You ain't gonna want to go read fucking Game of Thrones because somebody already laid that shit out there.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why read it? You know what I'm saying? So that's what that's basically what they're doing now. Like nobody wants to read.
In this era, this is an era of a lot of virtual fantasy, make believe, social media type of shit, right?
Yeah.
This is you remember what we talked about, BG? Look, like a lot. Let me say this, right? A lot of niggas, they don't have the charisma. They don't have it in them, right, to even talk to a woman face to face.
Right.
They don't have it in them to.
Inbox gangsters.
Yeah, see,
Because buffers,
in
the buffers.
person, you can't use no fucking emojis.
The buffers.
That DM.
You can't comment on the story.
And you don't got time to think. You don't got time to think in person. You can't sit back and be like, what the fuck am I saying what I'm gonna say back?
You won't got all that. You gotta be be on point.
Yeah.
Hey, look, when I'm mixed on her ass in person, I ain't have all that. Cause my sword is
You
sharp.
can't see it, but she just cheese from
Ear to ear. Hey, look. She was like, She remembered that moment.
Keep that up.
Look, right? Cause you know why? Cause my sword is sharp. That's why.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Dangerous.
I couldn't send her no emoji.
Right.
I couldn't comment on a story. No, nigga, I had to be face to face and had to be like,
He tried.
yo, hey,
She just said she ran game on you was the way she just said it though.
Oh,
Look,
God.
when I stepped to her, I
Right.
told her to grab her bags. We going to breakfast.
Right. Done
I
it
ain't asked her
done.
nothing.
Done it done.
Last time I checked, how long it's been? How long it's been?
What's that?
How many years it's been?
3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
So
get it.
guess what? That was a good ass breakfast.
So in this era of You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like reading is like, that shit is put to the back burner, man.
Right.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's glued to their phones. Everybody's
And
like...
it's crazy that our people don't understand the power of reading.
It's underestimated, bro.
So everybody sitting here, right? All of us have a power. Everybody sitting here, we can have a conversation about so many things that we haven't even touched ourselves from the power of reading. We can go in depth on things that the average mind from the area that we from, the average mind will look at us like we crazy. You know what I mean?
Check this out, right? I have ton of emails, ton of inboxes, ton of people asking me, how do you know so much about Black history? How much do you know? Where you be getting this information from?
Right, like it's mind-boggling.
Bro, I don't do nothing special. I open a book and I fucking read.
That's rabbit hole.
That's it.
That's it.
What am I doing special?
Yeah.
That's
And
love.
I go to Barnes and Nobles every week.
And
But
books,
listen what
books
you
make
just said.
reference to other books.
That's right.
They do.
That's
They
right.
do.
Rabbit holes.
Yeah.
You know,
But-
I don't do nothing special. I open a book and I read. That's it.
But listen, it's important to you. It has to be important to us.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with us. It has to be important to us as a culture, as a people, to read. It has to be important. And that's why I say when you reading something that you want to read or that you're interested in,
Right.
but you have to want to learn about your history.
Right.
And that's why I think that we drop the ball is that we don't encourage it enough.
Right.
See, the thing is, if we knew our history truly, like in the city of Kankakee, let's use the city of Kankakee first.
Get it, Mr. Kankakee.
If we had our history truly, and you understood your history truly, there would not be any elected officials that don't look like us in this city, unless we want them to be that don't look like me. Because guess what? Numbers don't lie. People lie. Numbers don't. The most registered voters in the city of Kankakee look like us.
Okay.
That's numbers.
That's powerful.
That's numbers.
That's
That's
powerful.
numbers. We have the most registered voters in the city of Kankakee. You want to know why? It's because we made it convenient. When you go get your license, you can register to vote. We ain't got to fill out no papers.
Right.
Okay? We registered to vote. We registered to vote.
Right.
But guess what? We don't vote. Why? It's because we don't know our history. Look, my father told me, hey, man, my father told me straight up, hey, man, people die for you to have the right to vote. And he made me sit there, Eyes on the Prize videos. Get on YouTube. Look up the Eyes on the Prize videos.
Yeah, all of them.
We'll make sure we put a link at the bottom.
All of them up.
All
You know
of
what I'm
them
saying?
down,
But now my father made
One more time.
Eyes on the Prize videos.
It's a
Eyes
couple
on
of
the
them.
Prize. Hey, it's a whole bunch of them. But my father, this is before YouTube. He sat me in front of the table and made me watch it. And when I saw my people dying for just that right, for me to have a right to vote, I wouldn't give a damn if I was voting for the dog catcher.
So I got a
I'm
funny
gonna vote.
story based off what you just said. So for the last election, I didn't like either candidate, right?
Okay, yeah.
I'm not a fan of neither. I saw Biden as a liar, and I saw we're not even gonna go Republican.
Yeah,
it ain't
yeah.
even, no offense to Republicans, just the candidate did
Yeah, yeah,
nothing
exactly.
for me, right? Because I don't consider myself Democratic or Republican.
Yeah.
I vote for what's best for me.
That's what you're
So
supposed to do.
I didn't like neither of those candidates. I had to vote for my coworker.
Okay, you
Right?
can do that.
So a person dear to my mother's heart, we're going to put it out there that way, come at me very angry. Why did you waste the vote? I said, sir, I voted. How did I waste the vote?
You did.
Because a vote that's against Democrat, I said, as a Democrat, you're supposed to say that. But as a non-Democrat, you can't tell me my people died so I could vote for who I wanted
to vote for. That's
If
right.
I want to vote for SpongeBob every year,
That's right.
he gonna come, I'm going to vote for
That's your
SpongeBob
right.
every year.
But-
That's
but-
mine.
But guess what? We didn't always have that right.
Exactly.
So your right to vote for who you want to vote for is who you want to vote
I
for.
agree, my man.
And see, that's the problem where if we want things to change, this is a democratic society. Okay? So if we want things to change within our communities, we have to become part of the situation.
Yeah.
And stop kicking ourselves out of the situation. Well, I ain't going to vote because it don't matter. Yeah, it do.
Right.
Because guess what? Your kids got to go to school.
Right.
We got to get stuff going on in this community. And it's not what you know or who you know, it's who knows you. And so you have to get out here and get in it. I've been in politics since I was 18 years old. So I understood the game.
Hit that recorder again.
And I understood the game. And I understood what this does. And I understood what this does.
Right.
We have to become part of the process. See, when I was on the outside looking in, I was like a lot of people. Man, this junk don't matter. But when I got on the inside and start seeing what was going on, I'll give you a perfect example. A lot of people, I'm going to speak the truth.
We appreciate it.
Okay, so there's a daycare center right over here at Old Fair Park. All right.
Yep.
Been there for years, right? All right. Okay. All right. What you don't know is that as a park district, they were trying to take that and move them kids, pick that up and move it somewhere.
Because they didn't want to part of the park.
No. What people don't know is these handshake agreements was going on back in the day. Well, the handshake agreements ended. Okay, they expired, so we had to look at them.
Right.
Well, now we own the land, but we don't own that building. So now we want part of the pie. We want some of that money too. We want some of that rental fee.
Right.
So one of the commissioners, who happens to be a white guy, says, "Well, let's evict them off the land, and they can't use that daycare center no more."
It don't work that way.
I said, so you want to go on record saying that you want to put black kids off of an affordable daycare center,
right?
And instead of, let's just make a deal to sell them that little parcel of land, and go and let them have it.
Right.
We ain't dealt with it in years. I mean, I was a little kid when they got it.
Right.
So let's go and make them a deal and go and let them buy it. And let's be done with it. Let's wipe our hands with it. Because we still giving that a service to a community. But guess what?
The city little be known, the city making money off the soccer fields that they rent out over there.
Yeah. But guess what? We was about to put some little black kids off of affordable day. But guess what? You don't come to the meeting, so you didn't know that.
Right.
So I told the guy, I said, go on record and say it. I go on record. No, hey, he was sitting there about to stutter. He was stuttering. He was like, go on record and say it. But guess what? Those other, because I was only African American commissioner at the time.
Yeah.
The rest of them looked at me like, no, we ain't doing that one.
Yeah.
We just gonna go and sell this little parcel of land and let them black. Because guess what, man? If you don't become part of the process, they will get you.
That makes sense.
They will get you. And so we think of voting and stuff like that as little, but we have to become part of the process. And once we become part of the process, but that goes back to what Nico and everybody's saying about that reading part. Yeah. Lets you understand, and this is our problem as black people too. We can read everything, we got to be able to comprehend it.
Yeah.
Comprehension.
Yeah.
We have to be able to, that's right. We have to understand it. Once you understand it, no, you have to understand it and apply it.
It's Snapple top facts.
That's right. That's right.
If you ain't applying it,
if you ain't applying it, hey, what you got? And that's why it's so profound what Brother Butler told Nico. You bogus as hell if you don't let people know.
Hey, he made me feel bad, man.
Yeah.
He said if you don't share the knowledge you have, you doing your people a disservice. And he was like, what? You gonna take this shit to the grave? R.I.P. Lane Butler, man. He's the reason History with No Chase even got started.
Yeah.
And it really supposed to have been started like 2 years before it even began. But for the longest, it got to a point where I hated to see him coming. But that's why you need good people around you,
bro. That's what it's supposed to be.
He stayed on my ass.
Speak about being on somebody, about doing some entertainment. Speaking about it, Greg is a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
And Greg has perspectives that most people don't come at. Even if you don't agree with him, once he breaks it down, it's phenomenal.
Yeah. Come on with
I've been on Greg. It ain't even a question. I've been on Greg for at least 4 weeks, 6 weeks maybe. Greg need to do a podcast. Don't have to be a video. Don't have to be nothing. Greg need to do a podcast. I told him from the beginning, yo, I'll help you get it started. Whatever you need done, I help you. We'll get it all together. I'll come on there and do appearances with you because we play well off each other, right? I usually know where he's going. I don't mind being a secondary on his show. He dragging his feet. He dragging his feet, and I don't understand why.
I'm a little nice right now too, but we gonna keep getting it.
Yeah,
come on, let's get it.
Why? And that's the thing.
Let's get to it.
That's the thing, man. Where we have to embrace each other's strengths.
That's all I'm saying to him.
We have to embrace each other.
Greg sitting there on a wealth of information and knowledge
but
that a group of young men, because I want to give him major shout outs. Right, there are a lot of men I've looked up to and call a role model. Greg is definitely one of them.
Well, see, that's the thing where you gotta.
No worries,
Hey,
you helped me out in a time when life was rough, when I was staying with y'all peoples.
Yeah.
Right, my homeless staying with y'all peoples, chilling out on your grandma's couch, eating neck bones and being treated like a king. Man, y'all was here for me. You know what I'm saying?
But understand,
the least I could do is come back to you and tell you, man, you sitting on a gold mine. What you doing?
But listen to that word you talking about homeless. You weren't never homeless.
No, I was.
Yeah,
I was for months. But I'm telling you, I had saviors.
This is what you just said. People homeless. I deal with homeless people every day.
Right.
People that's really homeless, they out here laying on this ground.
My dude, I was doing that.
You had people embracing you.
Yeah, and when they saw I was doing that,
that's right.
That's when people was like,
nah. That nigga BG always been a fucking superhero to me. Always been, no bullshit. Like I nigga, way back, I used to steal that nigga condoms. I used to steal his Naughty by Nature tapes.
Okay.
I got him in trouble with one of his chicks. Cause I took his rubbers. Like, he had to unpack it later on.
Right.
That was like a few years ago. He had to unpack it. One of his chicks from way back. Yeah. I was the one that took the rubbers.
All of a sudden, this. I was guilty.
He was guilty.
Hey, look.
He didn't make it no better.
I'm gonna tell you what I learned a long time ago. You can get by with some shit, but you will never get away with it.
Right. Man, that's powerful.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can get by with some shit. You might be, you know what I'm saying? But something gonna happen.
Yeah, the world needs balance.
Yeah.
That's what it's balance.
It's balance. You know what I'm saying?
He showed lost a little girlfriend off some rubbers I took.
Nah, I ain't lose. It was some trouble though.
It was that pushes it over the top.
Red wheels his mind like a lightsaber, man. Yeah. I don't know how geeky y'all get, but I mean, he like he said, his mind like a real life superhero.
Oh, yeah.
It's been so many times I've been in a real rough place in my mind trying to figure some stuff out, and Greg had just walk me through it, and then laugh and go, you know what I'm saying? And just look at me for me to process it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this what it is. That's right.
You know, that's power. So you talk about giving flowers, we got to make sure we give his too.
That's right, exactly.
And it's time for him to give what he got to the world.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something. Yeah.
You want it? You going to do something?
Yeah.
That's what he told me 6 weeks ago, y'all.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
You gotta
it's coming.
See, he sound like me.
I know he is.
He sound
like I gotta
me.
be on him.
Look. So look, with me, like, it's times where I'm Leo. I survey the land. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, like, after I survey the land, I sneak. I get low in the grass.
Right.
And then
attack.
Then you attack. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's gotta be like I could just do it.
Right.
But I want it to be like some fly shit when I do it. You know what I'm saying?
All fly shit.
So I ask you fellas, I appreciate you so much for letting us use the land.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Coming on because you act like you wasn't.
Yeah.
But you came through real smooth, and I appreciate you, brother.
Let's get it.
But I want to move on to the next question I want to ask you fellas.
Yes, sir.
So when it comes to your passions, you know, the things that we've talked about now, or maybe we haven't, what type of roadblocks have you hit recently? And how have you overcome those, if so? Or how can you overcome those?
Roadblocks
in your passions.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what a roadblock came in for me as far as coaching is concerned.
Okay.
When I was coaching at Bishop McNamara, I told you I got comfortable, so I was cool, man. I was cool. But what happened was, I was at practice one day, and I got promoted. Now, see, this is the thing where, as an African American, this is the 100-year anniversary of Bishop McNamara Catholic High School.
Right.
Not until last year had an African American man been the offensive coordinator on the varsity level.
Right.
At Bishop McNamara High School.
That's deep.
Okay.
Because how many athletes do they pull from us?
Yeah, exactly.
That's deep.
So I was offensive coordinator last year, and so we weren't very talented. I'll put it to you like that. Okay. We had some pieces, but we weren't very talented. So this one guy felt like his nephew should have been the man.
Right.
Okay, he felt like his nephew should have been catching passes and everything like that. So the man came to me kind of reckless. Okay. I thought he was going to come to me right. He came to me kind of reckless. Okay, that roadblock.
Shout out to the reckless man.
Hey, look, that roadblock.
I snitch on this show, so if you say the name, I'm going to find him.
So the roadblock, what happened was he took me back to, I grew up on North Chicago Avenue, right here, 600 block.
Yes, sir.
So that's where I grew up at. And he took me back to North Chicago. I guess everybody understands that I was a politician. I did a lot of stuff in this community.
Right.
So, but he made me go there with him because he thought that I wouldn't go there with him. Mm-hmm. So when I went there with him, he got surprised. He got shocked.
Right.
But understand. That's right. But he didn't know who I was.
Right.
So he understood after a while who I was. But what that roadblock was is that he tried to take what I was doing, saying I didn't know what I was doing. I've been doing this junk 25 years. And I'm like, nah, man, you can't throw that roadblock up in front of me. I don't just have to be a bitch of McNamara. I don't have to be here.
Right.
I don't have to be here. I don't have to do this. I can move around.
Right.
And what happened was, that was God telling me it was time to move around. That was that roadblock. It was something in my way that was keeping me from my true blessing. You know, it was something in the way. And I do a lot of things. Like I do what a lot of people don't know I do. I'm an agent for coaches right now. So I represent college coaches right now, and they're helping them get head coaching jobs. So that was another thing where I had to get out my own way. Okay, I was like, man, it'll happen. Just like Greg said, I'm waiting for something to be right. No, I just had to step out there. Yeah, I just had to step out there. And guess what? If I get something wrong, I get something wrong. Yeah. Just like you said. You say you didn't know nothing about editing, right? But you said, I'm going to learn. I'm going to get in here. I'm going to get it done. And that's what it was with me. And I said, you know what, man? I know I can get these people these jobs. I've been doing it for years. Artist management. I did all that stuff with rap, all that stuff. It's just another venue. Right. Just something else. So when that roadblock got in the way, like, oh, man, you can't do it. You ain't did it in years. Nah, yeah, I can.
And I'm going to show out, too.
And I'm going to show out doing it. And I'm going to show out doing it. And that's the thing where now I got 8 clients. I'm doing well. This, that, and the other. There's things that you have to step out on faith sometimes. Yeah. You know, and you can't wait. You can't wait on something. Like, y'all could have waited on $18,000 cameras to do a podcast and all that.
Ain't happening.
Man. No, you ain't got to wait on that.
Ain't happening. As long as it look good.
As long as it look good, it comes
to that.
We
give you some type of
right motherfucking now.
That's it. And let's do it.
Yeah.
And we'll figure out everything else later. Okay? And that's what we have to understand right now. When we talk about roadblocks, nah, man. We're gonna kick all the roadblocks down. We're gonna make it happen. Man. So that was a couple of my roadblocks. So
well said.
Yes, sir.
You gonna go ahead for more?
Yeah, man.
He thought it was his turn. Look at him.
The only roadblocks I really have to deal with is on the creative side. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And it's not with History with No Chaser, because like I'm trying to get this message out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, this is why I woke up and trying to do this shit, wanting to do this.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm a writer. I'm not published or anything, but I never had writer's block because I would be bouncing from so many fucking ideas. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I could never lock down on one idea. I remember
you like that when you was young. Yeah.
Yeah, I could never lock down on one idea. So after we started doing this, we started getting a couple checks. I went and bought a big ass desk. I got it's an L-shaped desk. Got a monitor here, got my laptop, got my tablet. And so I'm like, if I'm gonna fuck off at this desk with both of these computers on, with my notepad open, and my notes from the story I want to write. So eventually, I'm cooking something up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you can't avoid hurdles and shit, but I can sidestep the bitches and just work on something else versus just sitting here and fucking off for the rest of the night. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm with
it, bro. Not doing nothing. You know what I mean?
I'm with it. So I want y'all to know, we're going to take a little technical break since he playing with the light. And I also want to let y'all know that right now we do have a contest going for the All In show. Yeah. If you're trying to win the 40, boy, it came back brighter.
Let's get it.
Oh, you got to plug this.
He just playing. So, with the contest, all you got to do, go to our YouTube page, subscribe to the page. Yeah. Bro, Dusty said you got to comment, but I'm the one doing it. I don't care if you comment, but you got to share it. Share it on your Facebook so I can go check it. That's all you got to do. Contest ends on the 16th. We'll let you know a week later who the winner is. We got a big ass check.
Big ass check.
$40. Bigger than my man's. So that's all you got to do to win.
Let's get it.
Now we back.
You ain't got to sell no ass to get the 40.
He ain't got to sell it at all for the 40.
I would say as far as the channel goes, the roadblocks has been YouTube itself.
Bruh. Talk on it.
YouTube would hide our videos. YouTube would.
So explain to us what you mean when you say hide.
So with our channel, if this was a channel showing funny skits, cooking recipes, handyman type of shit, they wouldn't bother the channel.
We got to do more of this shit.
Listen, bro.
I'm going to come out and do this, and then you come out with your shirt off, and they going to be like, maybe Frederick Douglass did do that. They're going to be like, well, shit, baby.
Like, when you talk about Black history, it makes people uncomfortable.
Very.
So with the channel, white people, right? But
no, nigga, black people too.
Black people too.
They push against that shit.
But we're all under the system of white supremacy.
Right.
So, you know, I get to cooking with certain shit, right?
They
would accuse me of hate speech. They would literally accuse me of hate speech by just teaching Black history. They accuse me of hate speech.
Right. Really?
They
wait a minute. No.
Yes.
Say that again. Say that again, because it came in, it was rattling, he was talking. Say it again.
By just speaking on Black history, they would accuse me of hate speech. They've done it several times. People, YouTube would flag certain videos. We wouldn't get. They would remove videos. We wouldn't get money for certain videos. They would put certain. They will censor certain. YouTube been trying to censor me for 3 years. YouTube will unsubscribe people. We should have been
YouTube unsubscribed me because I was one of your first subscribers.
Yeah, we should be well over 100,000 subscribers. When you hit 100,000 subscribers, YouTube send you a plaque.
Right.
They send you a plaque, a dope ass plaque. By the way, it's a milestone.
Right.
And YouTube, first of all, we should have over 1 million subscribers.
I'm not arguing.
Listen. Go through the comments. You don't have to take my word for it. I mean, literally everybody. There's so many people. This is my favorite history channel.
Right.
It's my favorite channel. Period.
Bro, I comment like and share. You know it.
And these aren't Kankakee people.
Yeah. Right.
And so I mean, they're flooded in the comments. But YouTube always fucking with the channel. So I would say my biggest obstacle with one of my passions would be YouTube itself.
Yeah, and this shit pisses him off, but I completely understand it. Nigga, look at the information we're presenting.
Right.
Exactly. So you know what? Nothing vanilla. Nothing that we putting out there is like, oh, okay, well,
we gotta say this.
A lot
that shit takes some digesting, dog.
It's powerful.
A lot of bigger channels have stole from me, and I got fucking proof. A lot of these bigger channels, and I can. Anybody that would like me to show you, I can show you.
What you got over there?
I can show you. A lot of these bigger channels, a lot of these bigger names.
I'm with you.
Some of these bigger names.
Fuck them channels.
Look,
he mean that hard.
Some of these bigger names. It's one nigga. He ain't really popping no more. You remember that?
You want to say his name?
Young Pharaoh. That nigga.
Hey, shout out to Young Pharaoh. You're still an ass.
Fuck that nigga.
Okay.
That nigga.
I take that back.
Dude used to take a lot of my shit, and I could provide receipts.
Yeah.
So I can show you.
You know what, man? I understand you frustrated, and I can't stop that, right? Okay. But what I can do is give you a platform right now.
Yep.
I want to talk
flowers, bro,
to everybody in Kankakee, the 23 people watching, the 100 people, the 3,000, the people who get together in groups. It's time to learn. Let's talk about the color wars.
Right? I'm gonna say this before I get on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna say this again. I already said it twice. I need people to respect me as a historian the same way they do as a fighter.
Yeah.
I will see people. I said some stuff way back that about Martin Luther King, about his death, about how he really didn't die from that shot.
Right.
And when Dr. Umar said it,
it was the end of
it was like half the people on my friends list were sharing it. I'm like, I said this shit 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And I got like 5 likes on it.
Right.
And so what frustrates me, I will say the same exact thing. Somebody like a Young Pharaoh or Dr. Umar or somebody, they will say it. Everybody on fuck the viral shit. I will see people from my friends list.
Like, look, I told you it's right here.
Sharing like crazy. Yeah. It'd be like groundbreaking, mind-blowing information.
Right.
And I'd be like, nigga, I said this shit back in 2016. What are you talking about? I said it before Umar said it.
Right.
I said it before he said it.
Yeah.
But because he said it, it takes off.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, fuck the viral. Okay, he went viral, whatever, because he has a bigger following.
Right.
But the Kankakee people would be sharing it like crazy.
Kankakee, what's the problem?
And I'd be like, come on, man, I told y'all that.
But you know what the problem is that it's him.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
That's the problem. It's him.
Yeah.
So I'm with him every day. I'm around. Ain't no damn way Nico got that much goddamn knowledge.
And I seen this nigga at Walmart.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here.
That's why today
He ain't privy to that type
he ain't
of
privy.
information.
But
understood, and that's why today we gonna change that narrative.
You know what's crazy?
But that's what it is, though. We have.
You asked me about the Gullah Wars.
Let's
you asked
go.
me about it, right?
I've been excited to
that
go.
That nigga Tariq Nasheed, he took some of my shit before too.
Another thief. I love the snitch.
Tariq Nasheed, right? He's making a documentary about the Gullah Wars
because of you.
And certain things he's saying, and again, because I know my lingo, I know certain words that I use.
Right.
He would say certain stuff, and I would see certain stuff, and I'd be like, "That's my shit."
Yeah.
So now, okay, let's talk about the Gullah Wars. Okay, right.
I want you to know, before I even seen a video, I had never even heard of the Gullah Wars.
I'm sure you haven't.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
I'm sure you haven't.
It is though. It is everywhere.
It's everywhere,
Motherfuckers just
but
don't-
they ain't looking for
Yeah.
it.
Okay, let's
And
unpack
it's not pushed.
Let's unpack it.
Let's
unpack
go.
it. Okay, so the Gullah Wars was 100. It was like a 135-year war, right? First of all, nobody freed us. We all know about Haiti, 1804. Haiti freed themselves.
Right.
We also freed our fucking selves. We don't know that though.
Talk to us.
We freed ourselves right here on this land. We did that. The Emancipation Proclamation, bullshit.
That's an afterthought.
That's Abe Lincoln, ain't it?
Fuck Abe Lincoln.
You heard it.
They had to do that. Let me tell you what Abe Lincoln said. Because a lot of people, even today, I'm going to say something. I know it's his man, probably y'all man too. Even Kanye highlighted fucking Abe Lincoln and talked about what he did and all this. That's bullshit.
Kanye my man.
And this is
Shout out to Kanye. Come on the show.
Shout out to Kanye, but I'm gonna tell you where I have issues with Kanye with certain shit that he does, right?
Right.
Because Kanye got like 1 billion fucking followers, and he says things about history that's inaccurate. Abe Lincoln
Because
didn't
nobody's researching. Nobody knows.
Kanye even admitted he don't study history. So why would you say shit about history then? Leave that shit alone.
'Cause
Okay.
it sparks idiocy.
So, because he gave props to Abe Lincoln about freeing the slaves and all that bullshit. You can Google it. You can look it up. Look it up.
Okay.
Okay, so, and you can also look it up with Kanye admitting that he don't study history. Look it up. We all got smartphones. Look it up. Okay, so, I'm gonna tell you something Abe Lincoln said.
Okay.
If I can free the slaves without freeing the Union, I would do so. If I can free the slaves by freeing the Union, I would do so. If I can free the slaves by freeing some of the Union, I would do so. He never gave a fuck about us.
Right.
That Emancipation Proclamation, that shit was done off of the pressure that we applied.
Right.
Not because no white man decided, you know what, these black people are being mistreated, they're being harmed. You know, out of my good heart, I'm gonna free them. That shit
Now
didn't
over in
happen.
Europe, this has already happened. They've already started the movement of freeing black slaves.
Yeah.
But it ain't happened here yet.
So and the Civil War was about business. That shit was about money. It had nothing to do with us. That shit was
South
disguised.
wanted their money, and we was their money makers.
And it also happened in 1863. It didn't happen in 1865.
Okay.
It happened in 1863.
Let's go.
Happened in 1863. And your boy, what is his name? Gordon Granger or some shit like that.
Okay. That's my boy.
If I'm inaccurate with certain things, look,
My
right
man.
now it's top of the head. I'm a little tipsy, but you can watch my video where I have everything on point called the Gullah Wars.
I was just finna say.
So,
we're gonna post it in the bottom. Go ahead.
So my man's went to the South. They sent somebody to inform them that the shit was over, right?
Right.
And the guy had got killed, and this is where this phrase come from, don't kill the messenger. You heard that phrase, don't kill the messenger? He went to inform them that the shit was over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it lasted like 2 more years.
Than what it was supposed to.
Exactly, but it was really over in 1863.
Yeah.
But it lasted until 1865 when the shit was already done.
Oh, wow.
Now, but I'm gonna tell you the reason why it happened. Okay, so we'll wind back, way back when it first kicked off. Right, it's called the Stono Rebellion.
Okay.
The Stono Rebellion happened in South Carolina. Was it South Carolina?
Mm-hmm. It's another video.
South Carolina. It happened in South Carolina back in the 1700s.
Okay.
It happened in South Carolina. Now, it was a slave, let me stop saying slave, an enslaved brother named Cato. A lot of them, they ain't have like last names and shit like that.
Right.
His name was Cato. And, you know, he started doing his research. He started noticing that he picked to start his rebellion on a Sunday because all the white folks was at church and shit like that. And so what he did, he started putting the word out and first of all, let me say this. They knew how to read. Word would travel fast back then, and they had no social media. They had no internet, no nothing. And so it's amazing how much they was able to get the word out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even there was something, I'm gonna change gears real quick. There was something called the Gold Rush, right? Now the Gold Rush ain't got nothing to do with Black history.
Okay.
But the Gold Rush is one of my favorite fucking stories of all time.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the Gold Rush, everybody was, you know, the 49ers and shit, right? Everybody was rushing towards that gold.
Everybody trying to get the California gold, right?
So, and it was two dudes. I know their names, but I can't think of it right now. What they did, everybody was running for that gold, trying to get that gold.
Uh-huh.
They bought all the local picks, shovels,
And then sold it for more. Yeah, I know the story.
the bags, the wheelbarrows.
Right.
They bought all the shit that you need in order to dig for the gold, and they ended up getting richer than anybody who ever
There's a
found
store
gold.
named after them, right? Ain't it a store named after them that just recently
I
closed?
don't
not
know
too
nothing
long
about
ago?
that. Lay it on me.
I don't remember it off the top of my head. I'm asking
Okay,
because it's
I
yours.
don't know. I forget their names.
Sound like you got another story to tell.
Look. When I sober up, I'm gonna have their names. But it was two dudes. They went left when everybody else went right.
Right. Right.
When everybody ran to that goal,
Because it really wasn't no
they
gold
like,
out there like they thought.
Bro, they was like, yo, you know what? While everybody running trying to dig for this gold,
I know
let's
what you
buy
need.
all the picks, the shovels, the wheelbarrows, the buckets, the bags.
Right.
Let's buy this shit.
Right.
And they're gonna have to buy it from us.
Right.
Because you can't dig for the gold without the tools.
Right.
That's what they did. And they got richer than anybody.
Right. Right.
So it's crazy how word used to spread back then without
Right.
no social media, no internet. They didn't have no TV, they had no nothing.
Right.
But word used to spread. Okay, so back to
to the
Kato.
color. There we
So
go.
he got the word out. We're gonna rebel on Sunday. So that Sunday came. Well, now what they did, they went down to the local gun shop, right? And they was willing. See, the thing about it, they were willing to risk their lives. They didn't give a fuck, right? They didn't care, nigga. It's either freedom or death. Freedom or death.
Mm-hmm.
And they went down to the local gun shop. They ransacked that bitch, right?
Right.
Went up in there, cutting motherfuckers' head off. The local gun shop
Right.
owner
They got busy.
and like his nephew,
Right.
they cut their heads off. They placed them bitches on the side of the road.
They got busy.
They took all the guns. It was like 20 of them. They started chanting, "Freedom, freedom, freedom." They had signs. They wrote "freedom" on the sign.
Right.
Like, they wasn't taught how to read. I don't even have that information how they
Right.
even knew that.
Right.
But they wrote "freedom" and "liberty"
Right.
on their signs.
Right.
And they went down the road chanting "freedom, liberty." They was going to plantation to plantation.
Just freeing folks.
You seen Django?
Slaughtering motherfuckers,
Django.
bro.
You mean?
Right.
Bro, everything moving, they was killing everything.
Right.
Moving. Honestly, I'm gonna get gruesome with it. They was raping even women and children.
Right.
Because
Freedom.
it was their time to do the raping. It was their turn to do the
Freedom.
pillaging. It was their turn. So, and after they raped the women, children, the men, even the men, that's fucking them niggas too.
We have all this show. We don't condone any raping of anybody. Men, women, or men.
I'm
Children.
just, listen,
You said no chaser.
no
Hey,
chaser.
That's y'all show. We chase a little bit.
Right. So I'm gonna keep it above. Now, before I continue, let me tell y'all something. How I came up with the name, right? I used to be on Facebook. I don't know if y'all remember.
Okay.
I used to do a show. I used to do a show like every Thursday. I used to be dropping history, right?
From
I
your
used to
car
do
seat, right?
Yeah, I used to do
remember.
a Q&A. I used to do a Q&A for like an hour, and people were like, yo, you need to get paid off this shit. Now we getting paid off of YouTube, whatever, right? So okay,
Man,
so
we trying to be like them.
so check this out, right? It was some white folks that used to comment. I don't do a lot of history no more. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Cause y'all don't fuck with me. That's why.
Yeah.
And like, I'm gonna keep listen, bro. Y'all gotta forgive me, right? I'm gonna keep.
Go ahead.
Listen, listen. I'm gonna keep shaming Kankakee because y'all don't fuck with me. Kankakee should not be number 7 on my list. When you go to the analytics, Kankakee should not be number 7. It shouldn't be. People around here, they don't respect me as a historian, but everybody else does. Okay, so let me get back to it. A lot of white folks used to come on my post and be like, why you gotta teach this? How come you just won't talk about the black excellence and talk about the good stuff? No, I'm talking about the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. And what I used to say, I said, I teach my history with no chaser.
And that's what
I kept saying that over and over. And then when the YouTube shit got going, I'm like, yo, that's a dope ass name.
That is a dope name.
I'm like, that shit is catchy. It's catchy as fuck.
It is.
It's catchy. So, okay, now back to what I was saying, right?
All right.
So, now, yes,
Get it.
they was cutting, they was sawing bitches' heads off.
Okay.
Even kids, everything.
Right.
I'm just getting gruesome with it.
Right.
I'm telling you what they did.
Get it
I ain't
out.
saying I agree. I'm telling you what they did.
I want you to understand. We didn't say that History with No Chase agrees with what happened.
Okay.
We said on the All In
Okay.
show we don't agree with the head cutting the women and children. Men, yeah.
So
That's
they
it.
would go plantation to plantation.
We trying to get hired.
Anybody white, male, female, kid, grandma, everybody was getting raped and getting their head cut.
Run that. This all ours.
And they would place their heads on the side of the road so people could see it.
Right.
Sending a message.
Yeah,
and so they went to one plantation. I forget the brother's name. What is a white dude? I forget his name. They didn't harm him. The reason they didn't harm him, he was a slave master. He never harmed his slaves.
Okay.
He had a reputation of he never laid a finger on his slaves. He never enforced any of that.
Right.
He never did that. He never hired anybody. Frederick Douglass, right, in his biography, he whooped this dude ass named Mr. Covey. He beat the shit out of him. For
How
about
do
an
y'all
hour.
not follow this dude? He telling stories on stories.
Bruh,
Come on, keep going.
That's another video.
Listen, I made a video,
I love
a
this
whole
man.
video about that.
That was on Spotify.
Yeah, about Frederick Douglass whooping the slave. I can't remember the title. Anyway, so back in the slave era, they used to hire somebody who was like an enforcer,
Right.
Who would come in and tighten your slaves up, right?
Right.
And so it was this one slave master. He didn't believe in physical type of punishment, whatever, right? So when they ransacked his shit, they didn't harm him.
Right. You
But
can
they
live,
did-
but
they
that's
did
still
tell
ours.
him, but they did tell him, back the fuck down. Everybody up in here, they coming with us.
Right. Right.
So after plantation to plantation, it grew. Their army grew more and more. It kept growing. It kept growing and shit like that, right? And so now they eventually did ended up getting slaughtered. Now what happened? Word got out, and now this I have not been able to uncover how word used to spread like that. I mean, no internet, no phone, no nothing. I mean, but word used to spread.
But they did a lot of bargaining back then, so you know, plantation to plantation. Hey, you got more rights, right? Church too.
Yeah.
But slave wise,
somebody gonna see it.
but slave wise, you know, when I go to your plantation, I'm not unloading it. You know what I'm saying? My slave going, well, obviously I was a slave, but my slave going to unload it.
Yep.
So while my slave and your slave unloaded, y'all sharing information.
So
that's really how they
back
share information.
So back in the day, right, Spain was at war with us, and Spain put it out to where any runaway that wants, if you run away, we'll give y'all guns, we'll train you, you know what I'm saying? We'll arm you the fuck up,
Right.
And we'll get you right.
Right.
So, excuse me, every runaway, you know what I'm saying, they'll connect with them, and what they would do, right, when they go back to plantations, they'll let them know, like, yo, Spain is offering weapons, they offering this, they offering that.
You
like,
just got to get down
fuck
there.
these niggas up.
Right. Yeah.
And so, so now, about a decade before the Civil War actually kicked off, about 10,000 of the U.S. finest got their ass annihilated out there in Suwanee, Florida. We went to Suwanee, Florida a couple of years ago. We went out there. We went to the area where the shit was jumping off. Now, see, we was ducked off in the swamps, and you know what I'm saying, the trees, all that shit, right? Because we understood the area.
You trying to look to see what they saw?
Yes. Now in this time, they didn't need white folks for shit. They had their own farming, their own medical, their own education. They had their own everything. They was creating communities where they were thriving.
Self-sufficient.
Yes, they were thriving without no assistance. You know who wanted to put an end to that shit?
Who's that?
Andrew Jackson.
Bitch-ass Jackson.
What's his name again?
Andrew bitch-ass Jackson.
We had the old
Andrew Jackson.
He was a cold piece.
Yes. Andrew Jackson, may he rest in piss.
That nigga.
Now, this dude is on a $20 bill.
No chase.
When you go to school, he's known as a fucking hero. He's a hero. All through school curriculum, we know Andrew Jackson's a hero. When you go through school history books, he's always a hero. This dude, he's on money and shit. You remember a few years ago when people were outraged about taking down certain statues?
Right.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. There's about 300 high schools right now
named after
that's
him.
named after Klan members, after fucking slave owners,
Confederate rebels,
all that shit right now. To be honest, damn near every city in Florida is named after fucking white supremacists.
How
Dade
y'all
County,
not
all that
following
shit.
this man channel?
Listen, Dade County, right? If you Google right now, the massacre of Dade County, they'll tell you about some type of like bullshit ambush attack.
That's another
that black
video.
folks. That's bullshit, right? If you look the shit up, first of all, I've debunked Google and Wikipedia so many times, it's comical. So, if you look at it right now, they'll tell you about some vicious, savage, brutal bullshit attack.
Right.
That's not what happened. They tried to come enslave these people and they got fucking annihilated. That's what happened. That's what happened.
But they rewrote it their way.
They've always done that.
Right.
Now, the Battle of Suwanee. Let me get into this real quick. The Battle of Suwanee, right? So, and this is chalked up as a W in the history books as a win for the United States. Let me tell you what happened. So they went into Suwanee, right? They went Andrew Jackson bitch ass because he found out, damn, they living good over there without us.
Right.
How the fuck they thriving? They doing this? They doing okay? So he sent his troops into battle. Now this I wasn't able to uncover how the fuck they know they were coming, but they set a trap for their ass. So now he sent in thousands of fucking troops, and it's about 300 brothers that's gonna protect their community. So what they did, they hid all of the women. So it's like some motherfuckers coming in Kankakee, right? And we hide all the women and children into one section. So we hide all the women and children into Kankakee High School.
Got it.
Well, I don't know if they're gonna fit in there, but
Right.
you get what I'm saying?
Right.
So we all the women and children of Kankakee.
We take them out to the mall.
To the mall,
They had North-
Kankakee High
yeah.
School, all that.
Yeah.
And the men of Kankakee, we arm up and we fucking battle.
Let's go.
So they come in, they set traps for them. They destroyed the fucking United States military. This shit is documented. You can look this shit up. They destroyed the United States military. Andrew Jackson told his troops to retreat. Get the fuck out of here. Yo, we get out.
Right. Save yourself.
They fucking us up.
Yeah. On the way out.
On their way out. He already know what I'm about to say.
On their way out.
On their way out as they're leaving because the men tore their ass up. Now, it's only a couple of hundred against like fucking thousands.
Yeah.
Tore their ass up, right? So on their way out, they spotted the section of the community where all the women and children were hiding. You know what they did? They slaughtered every
one of them.
kid, woman. They slaughtered all of them.
That's
And
nasty.
what the U.S. did, they chopped that shit up as a W in the fucking record books.
Because they killed all those.
Because of the deaths. Because of the death toll.
Right.
That's what the fuck they did. But see,
Damn.
they don't tell you that bullshit. We learn this shit in school where they disguise a lot of this shit as like the Indian War, the what is it called?
The American-Mexican
I don't know,
War.
the American Indian War and different shit like that.
Right.
And they tell you how the hero Andrew Jackson went into Suwanee and they won.
Right.
All this shit, you can look it up.
Right.
Bro, we got smartphones. Look, every time I talk about this shit, I look it up. On my channel,
Right.
on our channel, bro, out of history channels.
Keep going.
Out
I'll
of
be right
history
back. Keep
channels,
going.
there's no history channel that provided more book references than I have.
No.
There is none. So
We need an Amazon plug. Shit.
yes, we can get that. We can get that.
We
We can
need
get
an
that.
Amazon plug.
So what Andrew Jackson bitch ass did, he killed all the women and children of the community,
That's crazy.
and they chalked that up as a victory.
That's crazy.
They didn't kill the men.
Yeah.
So did they ever find out how they got there? How they found out where the women and children were at?
They probably wasn't
Well-
did that good. I mean,
They just
Well,
found
you,
them.
well,
Yeah.
see,
Find
see,
them on the way out of town.
oh, you mean how they found them
Yeah,
on
how
their
they
way out?
found out,
Well, no,
yeah.
they just spotted them. They just spotted them like what the fuck? That's what they doing
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
We just, you know what I'm saying? I thought all the action was right here. They killed every woman and children in the community, all of them. The men lit their ass. The men killed thousands of them. There was only a couple of hundred, but they killed thousands of them. They killed all the women and children, bro.
That's crazy.
And they said that was a win for the battle. You see the type of bullshit they do,
It's an
And-
old proverb.
bro. It's fucked
When
up.
the lion learns how to write, the hunter gonna always tell the story.
Yes,
You know what
yes,
I'm saying?
yes.
Yeah.
surprisingly,
So,
that one did decent though. That one's like
The
threefold.
no, bro. The
You know what I'm saying?
Gullah Wars have over 1 million views.
Yeah.
1 million views. I'm sorry.
They will. It will.
Yeah.
So,
ASAP. It will.
With the Gullah Wars, right? The whole reason why the Emancipation Proclamation was signed was because of pressure of white America. Abraham Lincoln, what is your boy name? Gordon Granger? I think it's Gordon Granger, right? They were flooding them with letters. They were fucking outside the White House with protest. Yo, y'all need to free these motherfuckers because what they were doing, it was costing the U.S. a fortune. It was because this was a war they couldn't plan for. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They couldn't plan for this war, so it was costing the U.S. a fortune. And they like, yo, y'all need to let these niggas loose because what they started doing, they started going to home, and see. You're a white home. It's a white home, right? Just a regular civilian home. And niggas ambushing your home, raping everybody in that bitch, cutting y'all heads off. They like, yo, y'all need to free these niggas.
Raping everybody out here.
Bro, that's what happened.
We got your shirt.
That's what happened. Civil War the Civil War was big business. That was about money. It had shit to do with it. Lincoln had plans on sending all of our black ass to Haiti.
That was the Lincoln plan.
Yeah.
He had plans on sending everybody to Haiti. He had ships, everything prepared and ready. He wanted to put everybody on ships and send us to Haiti. That was his plan.
That's why they killed him.
We ain't even supposed to be here, nigga. He supposed to send everybody out here.
You ain't got to go home.
Everybody, each and every one of y'all,
niggas,
right.
Each and every one of y'all up here, our ancestors were supposed to be sent to Haiti.
You don't learn about the Lincoln plan in high school.
Hell
Did you?
no.
You ain't learning about that because the Lincoln plan was to send us to hell up out of here.
Yep.
Yeah.
that was the plan.
Yeah.
Bro.
But guess what? Before he could implement it, John Wilkes Booth jumped off that thing and
Plugged his ass.
That's what
That's why, nigga, I
Because it was too much money to send the black folks away.
hey, look,
Could you
man,
imagine what the U.S. would be without making what they've made on the back of slaves? Because if you really think about all of them early days, the things that made this country great and how they made money, because the South was producing money. Now the North was nice. But the South had what we still call old money because they was making money hand over fist, over foot, however, making it nonstop.
Let me tell you something.
Free labor.
Slavery was
Close enough to free.
It was big business. Slavery was big fucking. All these fucking banks, right? It's crazy how. Listen, all these banks.
They made more money off
This
slavery
shit
than
was
they did
started
cotton.
off of New York Life, fucking Chase, JP. First of all, JP Morgan. Y'all know. Y'all know who JP Morgan is?
Absolutely, yeah.
The game Monopoly. Do y'all know that shit? That's JP Morgan. That nigga.
Morgan.
What is his name? Mr. Moneybags or some shit.
Yeah.
That's JP fucking Morgan. JP Morgan was he was fucking ruthless, man.
Yeah, he got that from his father. Yeah.
Yes, nigga. Listen,
You walk on the alley,
all these
nah.
banks were funded through slavery.
Yeah.
All these banks.
Yeah.
All these banks. All these fucking banks was funded through slavery, bro. All these banks. Like America is I think it's like a 12 Dick Gregory talks about this. It's like a $12 trillion deficit owed to black people.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I'm saying? And so people like listen, man. Even today, if you talk about reparations, you even have black people be like, reparations? Bro, what you mean? Nigga, yes, they owe us reparations
For all of the free work.
Yes.
For the land they promised.
Yes. You got white folks that's still wealthy because of slavery.
Yep.
There's treaties and shit right now that were made
Because
in the 1700s where people still eating. Y'all can pull y'all phones out right now.
You right.
I don't know how y'all feel about Obama.
Okay, come on.
His bitch ass.
Ooh.
Listen, I don't like to get into politics.
That's okay.
I don't even like to get into
You know
politics,
what?
but I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
Look, I ain't even gonna put him in it, right? I'm gonna say this, right?
It's too late now.
Even today,
You snitched for me.
Even today,
Obama, he said,
listen, check this out. Even today, right now, right? There's still people, even the Indian people, right? They're still getting like millions of dollars per year.
Yes.
Granted towards them for treaties that was made in the 1700s.
Right.
You can look this shit up. You can look it up. Y'all keep hearing me say look this shit up because we got smartphones. You can look it up.
That's right.
Right now, today, they're still getting money granted to them. Man. Still. Everybody has received money except for us. Everybody has received money except for us. Fucking immigrants, people who come over here and shit like that. That's why I don't know who y'all voted for. I don't know if y'all wanted.
I told you I voted for.
Who? I missed that.
I voted for my coworker.
Okay.
She was gonna balance the budget for sure.
I don't know about the whole Democrat Republican. Again, I don't always like to go political, but I don't fuck with Biden. And
I agree.
I got like a 3-hour answer to that, but I don't fuck with Biden.
Bro, we gonna bring you back. We gonna bring you back so you can just rant.
Because there's too much to unpack. So
I agree.
I'm gonna have to do a part.
We're coming back.
Okay.
Exactly.
So honestly, if it's between Biden and Trump, nigga, I'm taking Trump all day. All day.
Okay.
Now, Biden. Okay. First of all, let me say this. What type of policies? What type of shit did Trump put in place that affected black people? And what type of policies did he put in place?
So I can't answer because I didn't follow his presidency.
You know the type of shit. You know the type of history that Biden has.
What's that?
First of all, are you aware of the 94 crime bill?
No, go ahead.
Church.
Come on.
Church.
Come on.
How much time we got? Because I'm like hard.
So this is what I was just finna say. So we gonna come back to it. I'm gonna give you some more room to get it.